these all the gear and stuff was not part of what you were doing.
Well, you pick the words up through it, but
Okay.
it's not just the words that you hear,
Okay.
it's words that come to you
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
is the only way I could put it.
Okay.
I because in the beginning there
So that
were,
is channeling.
it was.
Yeah.
But
That's pretty
and
cool.
I don't, you know, I don't know. I think I'm one of those people that, you know, I'm sort of humble about my gifts, and I don't share them a lot.
It's important to share them though now because, you know,
I you know I've seen people that do, and when they come across as being a little bit too fat headed. You know what I
well,
mean? You know.
among your friends is a good place to start,
Well,
you know.
I don't even like doing it there. I'll mention that I like to do a session, and I leave it at that.
This is channel.
Yeah. Okay.
So what are you saying? You don't like to do that in front of people or what?
No, 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 no. I just don't go around mentioning a lot like what we were talking here. It was all question and answer about what she thought was going on and what I
Yeah.
was experiencing. So, and it was by what had happened to me in previous occasions over probably 5 or 6 years now of situations that led me to believe. And then I was told point blank what it was because my one guide kept on kicking me.
Does he still kick you?
Yeah. Oh, that's Hoppy. That's
Who?
Hoppy. That's
Javi?
not Hoppy.
Hoppy.
You know who Hoppy is?
No, your guide.
You know who Hoppy is?
No. Hopalong Cassidy?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And I can actually say that without even batting an eye because it actually took me probably around in the higher 30s going through the woods before I ran into him.
Huh.
Then he came out from a shadow behind the trees, just came right out, and I looked at him, and it was like, holy, you got to be kidding. And I says, what should I call you? And he says, Hoppy. And he just smiled at me. And I put my hand out, and we shook hands, and that was the beginning.
That's neat. Jackson, do you pick up out of the blue, or do you have to get in a certain state of mind?
No, you have to be tuned in. I find it hard not to go ahead and do. I usually want to go ahead and do at least one meditation before I start the
Yeah.
show. The show,
I'm sure
and
Megan has got it right there.
normally I love to do. There's a couple of them that are like 20 minutes long. But lately, as we all know, I've been having an issue with the blinders, so I have to be go back into being alert again, if you know what I'm getting at. Firing on all 8 cylinders before the
Tuning
show
in. Yeah.
because I don't want to nod. And it's not nodding. It's not nodding. It's like somebody just turned the TV off.
Huh.
There's no breaking. There's no, you're. Oh, my eyes are so. They're so heavy. I'm gonna fall. No,
Huh.
it's just cut. Just like right now, I'm perfectly fine, and it could just go.
Is that like sleep apnea?
I haven't. You know, what's been good about this is the fact that I've only been on that machine for 1 week.
Hmm.
So
Is this
that's
the first time?
that I've used the machine.
Uh-huh.
I just got it.
Wow. Yeah,
So
you'll get lots of oxygen, and
so hopefully there's
can you breathe through your nose?
hardly.
Hardly. Okay, you're a mouth breather.
I
Yeah.
got it. I got a deviated. Well, I got hit a
Yeah.
lot.
So just make sure that I'm always fixing Carl's, and you have the mask that fits around like this,
It comes to the bottom of the nose.
yours comes to the bottom for the
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah. The bottom of the nose
Oh,
to the
just
bottom. It fits in here.
in the nose.
Well,
You need
it's
a
not.
different kind.
No,
You
it's
don't
not
need that
open.
kind.
No, it's not open there. It's got a flap there, but it
Wow.
rests there.
Yeah.
I breathe through.
So it's taken them
Everything's.
2 years to finally fit everything right for Carl, and
I
they
hate to
have
hear that.
straps that go back.
Yeah.
And it used to be that I would like rub his belly, and make sure
Rub-
he's breathing, because
Rub
he'd like
his
to stop.
belly. What's is he a puppy or what?
Oh,
You know what happens when you rub a puppy's belly, right?
well, if he's asleep, he won't. I'll just feel that his belly is like going up and down, because he had a tendency to stop breathing, and
Yeah.
that really threw me off.
Yeah, I've been told that numerous times and it's too long.
Yeah.
She said she counted all the way up to like 21 time.
Wow. Yeah. There was, but Carl's keeps telling me, he doesn't do it anymore, but when he did it big time, he says, "Don't worry, because my body will force me to breathe." And I'm going like, yeah, tell me that when I've woken up out of a deep sleep because you're not breathing. And I was like tuned to his breathing, and so now they found the right speed at which to apply the air. That's fairly important. And it's cozy now. It's cozy. It's nice. I don't know that we talk about, CPAP machines.
The other night I had it hooked up and I forgot to unhook the hose because I had to run, and it was in the middle of the night, and I almost pulled everything off the counter or off the table in the corner off the bed.
Yeah, you need to
Almost.
fix it differently.
I just at the last minute I caught it. It was like, man, you got to go ahead and start thinking about that.
Yeah. For my wife, she puts strips on her nose.
Does she?
Mhm.
Well, you're lucky that you can use the Breathe Right strips. Not everybody can really use those. So I'm really glad that they help you.
There you go.
Channeling is information coming in, and usually it could be your spirit guide. It could be a guide from the other side who is no longer coming into body on the earth, and it could be a soul who's very grown a lot and up in the upper regions of
It's just sort of like they're filling in the blanks for you.
yeah, and some of the many of the channelers are channeling that I've been watching and listening to lately are channeling star people from other planets that want to give us information about things that we need to know that's going on today, and the shift that everything is happening. And some of the channelers, they'll do it with their eyes closed. And if they've been channeling for more than a couple, 3 years, they're actually able to channel with their eyes open. And so it's like some of the channels I've heard, they will go in the back seat, so to speak, and the other soul will be front and present. And and so the ones that can open their eyes while they're channeling, that takes like a just getting used to, accustomed to what's going on. And so,
Depending on how many people are around you.
Yeah. Hey,
well,
Barbara,
these
thanks
are
for coming in,
so
Barbara.
it was just one-on-one, the interviewer and the channeler.
Will dictate to me the approach that, and that's why I like to have
I
my
think you're
blinders
taking
on.
channeling from a kind of you're not doing it with an interviewer, some other person asking you questions and that you would come through with answers for somebody else. I think that the channeling you're doing is like something that you choose to do. Well, they both choose to do it in both situations, but I don't know.
Well,
It seems to
all
be
those
more
answers.
personal what you're
Well,
doing.
Well,
One on
I
one.
don't know. I don't know if it's that personal, except for the two big cases
Yeah.
that shocked the
Yeah.
out of me. But it was like, man, I don't know if I say something that hurts somebody to that point, I don't know if I want to do that. And
Well,
then
just make sure you're at
I was told
alcohol-free place.
yeah,
That
well,
you're.
the one that hurt was the one that happened in a place that didn't have any, and we were both up on the stage together.
Mm.
So I don't know how the hell that happened, but
somebody from the other side figured out that you could channel.
Well,
and they came through.
When you get done, when you get to the point of doing the coming to the end of what you're saying when you're under, is I found that you've got to go ahead. Hey, Kimmy.
What's up?
Not too much.
See, Kimmy got a notice. Kimmy was ready. She got a notice.
You see, but Kimmy's up.
Right.
It started. What
Hey,
time did the
Linda.
show start?
Hi, Kimmy.
They had to get ready.
How come? What time did you guys? Were you guys comfortable with leaving when you guys did last night?
Yeah, I left like what 2:30
Oh, you guys stayed on.
female.
You guys had another one after I shut that one down. I figured you were gonna, but I had to shut it down because it was on my, it was on Supernatural Inc.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, we got off like at 2:30, 3 o'clock, I think.
Oh God, I would have never made it. I would have crashed. I would have went right into the cliff at 400 miles an hour. I would have never known what hit me. God.
So
we were talking about channeling. I was wondering if what we said, Melanie, was answering your question. Is somebody speaking through you? Basically, that's really all it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So
and
a trance.
You're willing to do that,
So when you go into a trance, that's kind of that's a form of meditation that's preparing you to go into it to channel.
Well, so there's the trance channeling where the person who is being the channeler is totally not hearing anything that's going on.
Hi, bitch.
And she has, I'm thinking of Sylvia Brown when I'm saying this, because that's where I learned most of the stuff that I know. And you'll have a person who is there to wake you up in case something happens. Okay. And so nowadays, though, there is light trance, and the person who is the body is sort of in the background. They're listening, but they don't say anything. They can hear everything. They can formulate words, but they don't say anything. And the person who is coming in with the information speaks through the mouth. There are some spirits who are quite adept at using the body and others not. And so when the channelers that I've been watching, when the spirit that's coming through is not familiar with the body, those people will close their eyes.
It's like a
during the channel.
flicky. What's going on?
Hey.
Hi, Donna.
Hi.
How you doing?
All right. How you doing?
I'm playing
I'm doing
around.
good.
Somebody's playing around with the cameras. What's going on?
Who's doing that? Who's playing? Oh, there you go
I don't
again.
know. As
What
soon as
the
I
hell's
came
going?
on, I'm noticing some little flickering with the cameras. Hi, Melanie.
I think a prophet is more of somebody who reveals the word of God, and channelers are revealing information for people who are around them, like in the room, who are there specifically to hear. Sometimes channelers, um, when I say channeler, I'm referring now to the person who's doing the speaking. And some will just tell about the world and teach about the world, and others will do readings for the people in the audience. So it depends on, what's the occasion.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So the trance, like I say, the trance. I lost my train of thought.
I want to hear about what she said about the channelers.
You would have been here 20 minutes earlier.
I know, because I channel all
saying-
the time.
No, I'm saying that to the race.
Well, you have a lot more channel experiencing than I do. I mostly, but I did have an experience channeling when I went to a hypnotherapist for a past life regression reading. And we never had the past life regression reading because a woman from out in the cosmos came in and started talking. So I was channeling, and I was in the background, and I was listening. And the hypnotherapist said, "Well, where are you from?" And the lady goes, "I'm from Pleiades." And so then she says, "Linda, where are you from?" And I was getting ready to say, "Alameda, California. I'm an Alameda girl," okay? So she asked me, and I said, "I'm from Andromeda." And I'm like, so surprised. And it was a short conversation because that lady just was really shocked when that happened.
So when they did your past life, were you fully aware?
When you're being hypnotized, you're fully aware.
No.
And when I was hypnotized to,
no, that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm trying to ask, because I had past life regression, and you're not hypnotized. You're fully aware. You can break it anytime you want. You just laying
that could
there.
happen with any hypnotism. Some people just go really deep. Others are light, and they still go deep enough to make it work, And
did you notice?
Close your eyes. That's all.
Yeah, mostly with past life regression is different than regular hypnosis, because with the regular hypnosis, the hypnotherapist person is actually guiding you with life examples and things that you wanted to take care of. But with a past life regression, your guide is there, and they will guide you to the life that you need to look at. And so the life that I looked at was where I went. And all the time, the only thing that the hypnotherapist was asking was questions like, where are you? What are you learning? What did you learn? Just things to prompt you, because if you get quiet, then they think you're coming out.
That's what happened to me. They were just asking me questions. How old are you? What do you look like? Stuff like that.
Yeah. So
what
they
year did you go back?
Yeah. And when you come out of hypnosis, you want to
did they ask you
refreshed.
What year did you go back? Did it ever come out?
Actually, no. The places that I went were
you went to
I was in Russia, but it was a long time ago, and a small a town big enough but small enough, not a big city, but a town that was big enough to have an opera house. I was the prima ballerina, and the manager was my boyfriend, and we had a baby. He didn't want me to keep the baby. I insisted on keeping it, and I died in childbirth.
I think that's for Greg.
Oh, Greg.
No,
We can't
no,
take
no,
you anywhere.
This is the
no,
key
I don't know.
party.
How
What
many-
the hell? What the hell is
Linda.
this? Excuse
We
How
me.
can't
many
take you anywhere,
lives
Greg.
did they take you to? Because you're only supposed to do one life at a time.
Yes, I only went to one life, and
This
but
is no chance.
the thing of it was that life was that I died right at having the child during that life, but it resonated so much that it was in this present life when I had my baby at home.
I think you got to get rid of him.
Nightmares of that
Okay.
death that I had.
I think you
didn't
got
know
to get
I
rid
was
of
having
him.
nightmares. So now I don't have any nightmares.
Does he? Do you know him?
No,
Yeah.
Dale, that's the first time I've seen Dale.
I think you ought to take.
Yeah, I'm
Dale out
listening,
of him.
Linda. It's this guy.
You
Tough-
Yeah, that guy
it's
is-
Dale.
Dale
Good.
Orr needs to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
He's
different
being
Shoot,
party.
fly, shoot.
Different party.
Yes,
Right.
this is a different party.
You made the wrong room, Dale.
Shoe fly, shoe.
So the trance, I was saying the trance. You said that it's not preparing you for the. That's a meditation, right?
I just go into the meditate.
No.
I'm into a
Trance is just
meditative
a descriptive
state.
word.
If you said meditative state, it could cover up pretty much every part.
I don't know what part of trance, of being in trance. Well, you could be in trance for any number of reasons, but it's just actually an adjective about the state of being that you're in. And the trance channelers, what it meant was that okay, for example, when Sylvia Brown was being a trance channeler, she was completely to the side of her body, and the person coming in was speaking through her, and she did not ever hear or know what was being said unless it was recorded. Now, light trance means that you're aware and you're hearing and you're still thinking, but you're not responding to what the channeler is saying to people and what
Okay.
people are asking.
I guess because what I'm trying to say is like when I go into this forest, and like this last time was really, really, really. Hold on, let me get this guy because he's talking all crazy.
Oh my God!
Okay, there you go.
What is wrong with it? You block him.
I did.
I ain't even looking at him.
Okay.
Ugh.
It's 12:12.
Yeah. I just noticed that too.
I don't know. It scares me. That scares me right there.
I hope he found his party.
Because when I go this last time when I went in there, it was different, especially when I went to the new place that I was saying is the mirrored side of the other side. And this time here, I connect when I go in there, I connect with everything. I connect with the trees, the rock, everything, the land,
Yeah.
and then it'll start to show me things. And so, but I get into another state of mind. It's like I'm there, but I'm not there. And
I
then
think you're right. I think it's the hyper focus is really what trance is all about.
yeah, see, and then I like this last time, like I said, it started to show me so much stuff that it made the other guy nervous that was with me. But I was so excited because it was showing me so much, and I wanted to go further because it was opening up, and it's like, okay, I understand now. I see this here. Okay, you see that there? That's what that means. That's what this means. And now it was just started to flow through me. So
You lose track of time.
what is happening there then? Is it the force channeling through me?
This dog's crazy.
Is that what is that what's
got
happening?
to the frequency that you could communicate with each other.
So is that a form of channeling?
Yeah, I'd say so. You don't have to use Estes method to do channeling.
Is what
that's
a form
different
of channeling?
style. You
Wait,
know,
Is what a form of channeling? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was watching my dog eat a lemon over here.
Oh wow, you got to be kidding.
I'm telling you. I didn't
It's
think she was
scary
going
with
to
that
eat it, but
fire
she
in
is.
front of you.
You like it? Does she like it?
Yeah, I can't believe she'll eat anything. But God, I'm sorry. What is the form of channeling?
Donna's so hot she's got all that smoke in front of her.
And fire in her
Oh,
eyes.
oh.
She have fire
What
in her eyes.
Anthony was saying was that
Fire.
what I was kind of
Fire.
intuiting
Fire.
is that when you're of the same frequency, you can channel. And that's Kenta saying, actually, that's Kenta saying you can telepathically talk to each other too.
Right.
It's all of everything that we do in psychic, everything is about information coming down. And the only information that comes from spirit we hear, from people we hear, from frequency we feel. And then when God is deciding, or source is deciding to give you information, that has a different adjective.
Yeah, and you can't go ahead and label everything.
And yeah, you can't label that one
So,
really, because it's just,
when you get
it's the
into
process of knowing.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you can label that. I don't know
Right.
if that's a form of channeling, but it's
No.
something. But I don't know if it's a form.
that's
But it's
that's the bad part,
It's
or not
called
the bad
imparted
part.
information.
It's just you're complicating something
Mm.
that should.
Well, some
be
people
purged.
want to know where did it come from, so that you can talk to each other about how you're feeling about when something happens. Oh,
Yeah.
am I on this right track, or am I thinking something else when it's not
And
that?
I never really take too many questions.
Anthony,
on
you
that.
know how to channel, though, right?
Well, that's what I mean, because this is different. In
Oh,
there,
he's talking about the woods now.
yeah, and there is different. This last time it was
But you're saying you were able to reach the frequency that opened the portal, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that
'cause-
was with the machines, right?
no. I mean, now I can do it without it. But
Oh.
So that means that you don't need anything. You don't need a device. You don't need anything else to communicate with whoever is there that is communicating at that frequency.
right.
So that's pure.
It's because, like I said, this time here, it was different. I've never experienced it like that. But it's like my eyes, I can still feel it. Like my eyes just get like really big. You know what I mean? Like if they just get really big, and then I just like I can see everything.
You're being gifted.
And I start
I would say you were on the other side, because everybody that goes there says there's these words. And in fact, I have actually been there, and there are no words that can describe what it's like to be over there. The colors are bigger, the colors are more.
Yes.
And it's just, we don't have words on earth that describe those things.
Right.
I think Anthony's gifted in a whole different way with that forest. When I say it's called channeling, no, he has a whole different.
He's been
connection.
accepted.
Yes, he has a
He's
deep,
been accepted. It's opening
Exactly.
up.
He has a very deep
There's
connection.
a reason why he's being accepted.
Exactly.
And now it's
So,
up to him to figure
I
out what
believe,
it is.
Yeah.
So Anthony, get ready. Get your parachute.
Yeah. I mean,
I was
Hey,
carrying that
Melody,
parachute.
this is what he's been working up to
Yeah,
how
yeah.
long now? And it's
so,
getting closer and closer and closer
Yeah.
every time he goes.
And this time here, if it wouldn't have been, I don't like to say it like this. I understand, because that place does get in your head, and I know. I mean, that's the reason why nobody goes in there. I mean, they really don't. But like I said, this time
have you taken ayahuasca?
not
and
yet.
stuff?
Not
Okay,
yet. That's
so-
my next one. What's my next
So
one?
compare those two feelings.
Oh.
What were they both similar situations in the way that everything happened?
Well, that's what I mean, because this time it was. I mean, like it was exhilarating. Like man, it's just like I said, my eyes got. Like I'm not even there. You know what I mean? Like I'm there, but I'm not there, and and like everything just opened up, and I was seeing way more than than I normally would see, and it was just coming so fast, and it's kind of like I knew exactly where I was. I knew exactly what was opening over here. I knew to go that way or this way, and I felt like I was right after 2.5 years. I was right on the verge of finally popping
Yep.
this place open.
Yeah, because
But
I saw that shaman behind that tree, and he was watching you the whole time. He
yeah,
was
but
peeking
this
out.
was in a different place. That's on the other side.
Do you think it
I
was
know,
a test?
but-
Do you think it was he was being tested?
He's being
Yeah.
tested through this.
Oh,
whole
hold on,
thing.
hold on. I got Malik here. Malik is actually the one that I
think
met
he's
down
been
there.
being tested.
He says, and with all due respect, you didn't close any portals here in Medina River Natural Area. I say that
Plugged
with
in, I
all due
think is a good
respect, not neglecting your
term.
interactions because the land is ancient. No, I'm not closing the portals, Malik. I'm not.
Oh, that's that one guy.
Yeah, no, I'm not closing them. There's so much in that place that has showed me in the 2.5 years now. It's there's way more to it than that. It's not just
Yes,
the land.
Melanie.
She says, were you would you need multiple persons of years of energy accumulation to be a badass like Gaddafi? Or it's not closing them. I'm not closing them. And that place it showed me a story about what happened there, and it's about the indigenous people that were there.
That's right.
And so it's not just going in there, and I don't even film that much anymore. So it's not like that.
Well,
No.
I respect that place so much now that I'm so protective of it. And like I said, they've shown me so much. It's because Malik is the one that I met him a long time ago there.
Yeah, I remember. I saw him.
And he does offerings in there also.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I never heard you say you closed portals. I
Yeah.
heard just the opposite, that you open them.
yeah, no, they actually open for me, Malik,
Or they
now.
open for you.
And like I said, they've shown me what happened there, and the people there, I've connected with them so much because I actually come from there. Through the research that I've done and the years that I've been there already investigating that place, I've connected it with there's so much to it that I'm gathering even more and more. And
I don't think
So
he
it's your
did. I don't
ability
think
to raise your frequency.
yeah,
It's
Well,
your
I,
ability to raise
I
your
think-
frequency.
I think he's being used as a messenger also.
yeah. And
Yep.
my motive in there is to bring the story of what happened to the people that were there.
That's right.
And because that's what they want. There
Yep.
was a massacre in there, and so they want that story told. And I have been fortunate enough to be chosen by that place. And
Yep.
like I said, I have a connection with my ancestors. I didn't know all this stuff.
There you go.
So for me, it's not no more as a paranormal investigator in there. I mean, there is paranormal, of course, and as you know, but I'm not going into it no more as just a paranormal investigator. Now, for me, it's way more personal.
Yep.
It's really one of my biggest things now in my life because it has changed it. And so that's my motivation now, is to gather more of their story and connect with the people. And really, there's still people down there of that tribe in San Antonio. And so I'll be connecting with them here pretty soon to and talk to them, because this is just way more than that. So that's
Yep.
what it is, Malik. But hey, thanks for coming in, man. I haven't seen you in a long time. And maybe we can still get together and I'll show you what it showed me.
So did you ask a lot of questions when you went there? Or were you just observing?
I really don't. This last time I went, like I said, there's a chair that I have found in there that they have built, and I've done my offerings when I go now, and I do the questions that I ask is mainly more of what else do they want to show me, and how, but you got to go deeper in there. and but then it starts to, like I said, this time here was different than it before. It the way that it just the way I just I opened up to it, or we both opened up. Okay, let me see what he
Sounds
says.
cool.
I'm happy to be here and actually because the ancestors are a main part of the magic and genetic. Yeah, there's a lot of magic in there. There's a lot in there, Malik. There's a lot.
Yeah.
And you don't need to go find them, Anthony.
Hmm?
You don't need to go find them. They will come
No.
to you.
Oh yeah, they come to me when I go in there.
No, I'm
Yep.
saying
Do
you
you
said
have dreams about them?
in the future they will already be with you.
Yeah. No, I don't dream about it.
No, he don't dream about it, but I'll tell you, knowing Anthony, he knows when it's time to go back there. He knows.
Yeah.
Well, they have
Time to
ways
go
of
back.
indicating that, you know.
Yeah, no, I do know it'll call me. It calls
Yep.
to me. I'll start getting that feeling that I need to go back. But I already caught. There's
Yep.
patterns to this place.
Yep.
Even when you go in, you got for me, it's showing me that you go in at a certain time.
Yeah.
I ask permission now to go in, and even when I get there now, it's kind of like I'm like I said, I pay my respects when I go in, and it's like my family. When I just don't barge in, even though it's my family's house. You don't just go to your brother's house or sister's house and just walk right in, even though some of them do. But at least some of them still ring the doorbell. How family is. So
Well, they have a different doorbell, right?
yeah. So I go in like that, and then it's like I said, it's changed me in a lot of ways of the way that I investigate.
Yeah.
So which has helped me in other places also. But yeah, that when I go in, there's patterns that it does in my life right now that I know when it's time to go.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah.
You're respectful now, and I'm really proud of you. Yeah, because see, he knew me before, and
Yeah.
before I was that
Way at the beginning.
I was that Zach Bagans type of investigator. I wanted to kick everything's ass, and
Oh.
but no, it's
We learn how to be warriors because of the corporations that we work at, things like that.
He just has so much respect now and much respect for them,
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, we were
We're growled
growled
at
at.
that
We were
one
growled
time.
at one time, yeah, and it was pretty cool. Scared the crap out of us, man. But there's a lot of stuff, man. A lot of people go in there. When we're there, there's a lot of people that go in there and they get their butt whooped.
Hey, Nancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Nancy. Thanks for coming in, Nancy. I should have sent it to her.
I feel like
I
I'm
forgot she's a
growing,
night owl too.
I now I have to stay another half hour because Nancy's here.
Yeah. See?
That's cool. That's cool.
But then that's it.
Come on, Greg. Every time we
Well,
come
come
on,
on, Greg, you can do
pop
it.
off.
I
Every time.
Tomorrow night, okay, after I get done with my card game, I'll be back about 10:30.
Oh, it's card game.
Then I will.
What are you playing, Canasta?
Oh, please.
Strip poker, probably.
He said, oh, please.
Canasta.
A 7G connection.
Do I look like Ricky?
Yeah.
Ricky Rodriguez. What's his name from him and Lucy?
Oh, Ricky Ricardo?
Canasta.
I don't think so.
Kimmy, do I look like I'd play Canasta?
Yeah. I actually took the board in there
Maybe some strip poker.
this last time, Malik, but it told me that it didn't like the board in there.
I'm done playing that game.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's nice meeting you,
Yeah.
Malik.
All right, thank you, Malik. Hey, like I said, we can still get together, man, and I'll take you in there and show you what it's shown me now.
Yeah. Wow. Cool.
The before and after, huh?
So, Anthony, I have a big question for you.
The answer is B.
So, of the spirits that you've ever encountered, have you actually identified one who was near you and knew without a doubt who that was? Like maybe somebody who passed in your life and they came to visit you and they were near you. Did you know who they were without them telling you?
I mean, yeah, I've had that happen before when my uncle passed.
How long ago was that?
Oh, that was a while back. It's been a long
Yeah.
time. I'm down like that, Charlie Brown. All right, I'll look you up. I still got your number.
He won't call us, but he'll call you.
That happened to me this week. I knew when my mother was around. Actually, it was 2 weeks ago for her, and then about 4 nights ago. Now she's passed. Okay, so feeling her and recognizing her was like kind of like a given. You know, like okay, yeah, I know my mom's passed and she's here. And then a few days ago, my Carl's in the hospital. Third day, I felt his spirit in the apartment and I knew exactly who it was. And I thought, that sounds like growth, actually, you know, just to be able to identify. But the recognition of him, I believe, and my mom was because I've lived so long with their frequencies. We all have signature frequencies. And that's what I believe happened is that I recognized who they were because of their frequency.
Yeah, actually, it is, Malik. You're right. Because that's why I don't even take equipment in there no more. I take a camera. I mean, when I take my to record, you know, I mean, I go live in there just for a little bit. But like I tell people, it does a lot of stuff doesn't work. So I don't even bother with it because I think there's the energy and the magic that's in there is way beyond our technology.
Yeah, dial-in senses. Yeah, that must be what it is. We have a phone book inside ourselves of everybody we've ever met and known.
If
So we automatically know their frequencies.
If that would work right now, I'd probably have a couple dogs with everything on them sitting at my front door. Okay.
Yeah, that's really what I take in there. I just leave the flashlight. I don't use a flashlight.
You don't even use the flashlight. He goes.
I'm not gonna eat. I'm
go
not
in-
gonna eat any lemons or anything.
I go
I'm
in
gonna eat-
dark.
I want a hot dog.
Hot dog with some onions.
Yep.
Do it quickly.
Everything on it.
Mhm.
Sport peppers,
Yeah, that's part of the works when you go to,
a pickle.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm just
They give
intrigued.
you
I'm just intrigued by
all the
Malik.
condiments.
I'm just intrigued by Malik right now. Malik, I found some other places way further than the place behind the bridge that we this last time. That is, I mean, they are 10 times more
Cool,
intense than the site
Aw.
that we've known about.
What, Time Man? What?
It's
Yeah.
not a hot dog. What do you call it?
She said when my sister was in the hospital, he saw our grandmother who has passed. Oh yeah, that was back then. Yep. She was sitting in the chair.
Aw.
So one of the things about that I got information ahead of time and I didn't know about it until much later in these last few years when I've been doing more reading and research is that back when I had the hypnotherapy and I channeled, one of the unique things about that experience was that, okay, I'm laying down on the sofa and the curtain and the window and through the middle between there, I could see the sunshine, you know, and when you're looking up in sunshine, and I had my eyes closed, you get a little round part of kind of an orangey color, as well as the yellow from the sunshine. Okay, when this lady came from the Pleiades to talk to me, she channeled right through me, and my field of vision right here, my field of vision was totally pink, solid pink. And I learned later that Andromedans can send out energy, and it's pink energy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and this is the energy for calming. And calming is the state you need to be in to do healing. So it's
You
one
know-
of the stages of sleep.
You know, when you do a Gensfeld experiment, that's exactly the color that you want for vision.
Wow.
Is pink.
Hmm.
So if you went ahead and took a pair of like one of these masks,
Yeah.
and you took that, you would cut 2 holes for your eyes, and you would take a half of a ping pong ball,
Oh,
and you would paint it. You could paint it red or pink, and then that takes you to a different state.
I was wondering what that was related to.
Yeah.
We need
we've been-
Reggie on there.
Yeah, we
Well, I got my green and gold also because a friend of mine who does guided meditations, she said, well, come do this meditation and find your dragon energy. And at the moment in the meditation where she said, look at your field of vision and see
Right.
your dragon. And I saw green scales with gold shiny specks in them, and it was just really beautiful. So now I'm going to learn how to employ that magic color.
See,
A
I
lot.
don't channel like that.
I
at all.
love doing the pink because I've been doing it I knew a long time ago, 30 years ago, that I could send energy, and it's just neat that I've been learning these different colors to send.
I don't know what kind of channeling she does. I'm gonna have to learn because I channel totally different. But
Well,
that's the
everybody's
cold
different.
cases.
It doesn't have to be the
Yeah,
same.
but my channeling is doing cold cases and contacting spirit and remote viewing and finding where they are and what happened to them and who
That's-
did it and
that's
stuff
your
like that.
that's your forte.
I'm taking a
Yeah.
class on remote viewing right now, and every time I do the assignment, I dream the answer.
My thing is, I've gotten it down so much with the channeling and the remote viewing. It's like I could just have a conversation with people. I got to learn to just shut down because I could just have
Talk
a
too long or
conversation.
something?
No, they'll just talk about something and
Other
something
stuff?
that happened at somebody's house, like spiritually, and
like-
I'm there.
Like they won't focus or something?
No, they'll talk about something spiritually that happened at somebody else's house, and they'll be talking about it and telling me about it, and at
You'll
that
see it.
house,
You'll be there.
and I'll be there. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
yeah.
don't like that. So
Well, the thing I
to
need to
cut
learn
that.
is how to ask questions, because every time I've gone someplace in my dreams, I just don't talk.
No,
don't
this
know
is when I'm
why.
wide awake. I'm not asleep. I'm wide awake.
That's
So
different.
I gotta
yes.
watch it.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
Do you have your eyes closed?
Me?
Yeah.
No, like Carol was talking last night, and when she talks about her mom's house, I'm like, nope, I don't want to hear it.
I for some reason,
I go there. I don't
I
want to go.
think I know the second floor now.
I don't want to be there.
And
'Cause
I
there's something
just
not
I
good.
don't know
That's
why,
true, Malik.
but I haven't said anything to her about it because I'll talk to Carol quite a bit because I enjoy talking to her, and we talk about things just like what we're talking about here.
Diamond, get up.
And,
Thought about it that way.
and then you go ahead and you just get like you're picking up on things that you shouldn't pick up on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You mean to focus?
Well,
stay on
last
topic.
night, you know how we were
There.
on last night?
Yeah.
You know how we talk and she'll see things in my glasses, like she'll see my dad and stuff. Diamond, you okay? Ugh. She jumped on the couch and fell right back. Anyway, she'll see my dad in my
I don't know what
glasses,
that
stuff
is.
like that. Well, as I was
SHI. What
talking
does that
to
mean,
her,
Minnie?
we are literally, what's that? SHI? I don't know. Anyway, when I was talking to Carol, something was in her glasses.
Give me a
and I
Google it
said,
right now.
Sugar,
Huh?
honey, iced tea.
oh,
Oh, shit.
So I said-
You don't put sugar and honey in iced tea.
Oh,
Put a
he's
lo-
just
put a
calling
lemon.
us the badass. That's all.
yeah.
You put a lemon in there. You go ahead and talk to Donna. She'll
He's
give you
got the
some
tea the
lemon.
first time.
She'll give you some lemon to put in your iced tea.
Yeah, I got a lemon right here that I'm
Drink it.
sucking
Drink it like a champ.
on.
Okay, so imagination is
Well, when I was gonna say though, when let me finish.
wow.
When I was talking with Carol last night, it was crazy, Greg. So in her glasses, right? She was talking, and all of a sudden I said, "Wait a minute, Carol." And you know how I pick up like her brother? He'll always show up very strong. He'll
Yes.
step forward. No. And I'm saying, "Wait a minute, Carol. Let me see something." I said, "Just stay still." And I looked. So I looked and it was small, but it was somebody, right? So I was trying to look and see who it was, like, because a lot of times it's her brother, her father, her sister, a lot of them. And then I looked and I was like, whoa, I rebuke you. Carol, take your glasses off. And it was this, I don't even want to think of it, but it was a dark, all black figure. And I just said, I rebuke you. Stay where you are. No. And I lit my Palo Santo.
That was the one that was on the other side of the plastic.
I don't know if that's or at her mom's. I don't know. But I lit my Palo Santo.
That was nuts.
And I just said, only love and light allowed. No. Because I look, the worst thing you want to do, like when I was seeing it in their glasses, was to look right at it. You don't want to do that. And that's what I did because I thought it was their family. Because she said she's.
You guys mind if I get a bowl of cereal?
Go ahead.
No, go
Oh,
ahead.
make us some.
Everybody
Make
else
us-
is eating it, man.
What kind of cereal making us?
Just ate some chips.
Cheerios. No, I'm done.
I'll
eating
just
that
go
crap.
finish my sandwich.
I got Cheerios. Let's get some Honey Nut Cheerios.
I got
and
Cheetos.
some Special K.
Sheesh.
But I don't want to do it without, I don't want to get
should already be
Anthony
burning
in
it.
trouble.
It's
for
burning. Look, the smoke is moving across the screen.
You mean my Palo
Right.
Santo?
Is it?
Mm.
I want to. I have to start.
Of us.
My friggin' neck.
The imagination that
Pretty
was brought up a while ago. You know that. Oh, I guess I got to say it this way. I guess the world people would see imagination as something that's not real. It's why it's called imaginary. But imagination in your mind, what you're seeing or imagining, what you want to imagine something, I would say it's a form of an affirmation.
I think it is important to distinguish the two words, that imaging is the correct one to use for what we seeing in our mind, because imagination is just, going hog wild.
Right.
And I know that when
It's
Sylvia
burning.
would describe these friars who she used to know but had passed, and she said that they were standing like 3 feet above the ground. And
Talk
when
on
she
it,
was
Anthony.
describing them, all of a sudden I'm actually seeing them, and they're walking past her is what I'm seeing. And I'm going like, that happened a lot when we got into the lessons on hypnosis, is that people would describe. We would just be doing hypnosis for the sake of doing hypnosis. And before we started the past life regression stuff. And when people described what they were seeing, I started seeing everything else in the area that's around him.
Right. I mean, because I'm saying, like imagination, like that. You know, if we remove it, just what other people believe that it is, like it's not real. But like I said, an imagination, when you're imagining something, you're actually manifesting it. Like I said, in the form of affirmation. But it also that is also another true way of magic.
I'll tell you what's crazy. All we're talking about is this forest and magic and everything else. And my hands are tingling like hell.
Are they on fire?
Well, you know that
Yeah.
happens every time we talk about it.
They're warm and they're tingling up to here, both my hands.
Well, send some energy to Carl, okay? He's in the hospital.
Hmm.
Why didn't you say something? I could have sent him. You know I do healing.
He likes
I
to.
just did. You didn't see on the page. I did a healing. I did it for Greg. When Greg comes back, ask him how his healing was that I did. I did him live, a spiritual healing live right on
Yeah.
the page. Donna,
Is that
blow
why a
the
lot of
Palo
times?
Santo to the screen.
I can
Is that
put
why
my
a lot of
babe.
times, like when you're like trying to reach, like I know I've been reading somewhere like if you need to like get your vibrations up, like they tell you to be like childlike. Is that kind of like where that falls into?
Say that again?
Well, like a lot of times you read like to get your vibrations up or to like to be like in like a childlike state. Is that why to be? I guess to like to raise your vibration.
I think
Not
everybody
really
has
sure.
their own technique because there's so many different ways.
There's
Hey,
all different
Roger.
ways of channeling. I don't
Hey,
find
Roger.
nothing
Yeah,
like she's
that
talking
will
about.
being in a happy, high emotion raises your frequency.
Right.
Yeah. So just go there with humming, music, singing is the quickest.
Why is he? I forgot his name.
Malik?
Why is he your hubby in the hospital?
Oh, Carl.
Yeah.
Well, he had water on the body. I know that sounds a little odd, but they thought of it as water on the heart, and then they found that it was just all over his body, excess
Wow.
water. So now he's lost 18 pounds of water in 3 days because they put him on a diuretic, and they want to figure out why his heart is not the ventricles are not functioning like they should. And so right now he feels better, but he is still tired, and that may be to do with they're having him use the little breathing machine where you push the gadget up in the tube.
Yeah.
They want him to do that like 10 times in an hour.
Wow.
All day long. And so he did say that he felt better when he did that. So, and that is something to help his heart function better. That's where he's at. He's in the VA in Palo Alto.
They smoke. This is why you find people who are 111 saying that they smoke a whole cigar every day along with gardening.
That's hard. I don't think I could do any gardening while smoking a cigar.
Butt up the tube. I have no idea. And Kimmy can decipher that one.
Oh. No, not breathing. Like when you're doing your breathing treatments, there's like a ball at the bottom. And you have to.
See, I told you. I didn't know.
And you raise it.
And you have to raise the ball up and down that tube.
Yeah. No, he could do pretty good, 2,500.
Wow,
111
But he needs
years
to do it a
old.
lot.
that's crazy.
It's kind of like taking the place of his ventricle working.
You see, and that's pretty neat that you mentioned that number, Malik, because 11 is part of that forest. Have you been in there lately, Malik? Well, he's answering. Oh, that was cool. We're playing little music while we're waiting.
Do, 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 do.
I'm watching Donna over here. I don't know what she's doing.
Filling
Moving
my
her hands in
but
the
all
air.
love and light.
Well, what are you doing?
I don't
Oh,
know.
Palo
Like
Santo?
just don't
Malik
care.
told me to do this. He said blow it towards the screen. I don't know why. I'm just listening to Malik.
Wow, a year and a half. I have since we met, Malik. I have been there. It's I
Wow.
met you on the second
Yeah,
time.
imparting is from God.
A year and a half.
I've
That's
been,
when somebody asks you a question and you know the answer, but you didn't know the answer before, and nobody spoke in your ears to tell you the answer. You just like knew it. That's a claircognizance.
yeah. Since I met you there, Malik, I had since the day that I met you. Since then, I have been there 14 times. 14 times after I met you
Yeah.
Wow.
in the last 2.5 years.
Yep.
Did you get your cereal, Greg?
And every time that I go in there,
No, I got it.
every time that I go in there, I get downloaded on. So
Yep.
my knowledge and my abilities have become and grown every time that I go in.
Yep.
Do you feel smarter when you come out?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm in a whole nother realm when I come out. I don't come out to the same place ever.
You came up. Oh, you come out a different exit.
Well, I come out of a different exit, but I don't come back to the same place either. This reality, what you call reality, is not the same one that I left it.
Yeah. And his abilities just grow and grow and grow.
Explain Claire's, please.
Area is too strong.
All the
Claire's.
Claires. There's a lot.
Define Claire.
The Claires. Clairvoyance. All the Claires.
But like I said, Malik, I have a relationship with it now so well that I don't get beat up anymore. All it does is download, like you said. It downloads on me. It shows me what it wants for what it wants people to know. So it's different now. So the Claires, what are the Claires?
Well, it's a French word. I'm looking at Google right now, and it says it means clear, bright, or light colored. And I bet you donuts to dollars. It's to pertain to the different clairs that we have. If that's more what your question is about.
I think it's more like the clairvoyance. And you have
the-
clairvoyance, you
she's
got the other
asking the
Claire and the other
Claires.
Claire. Like,
Yeah,
you know
I
what I
think
mean?
that's what you wanted to know. It's the clairvoyance is to see into the future. The clairaudience is to hear. The clair
Taste,
there's a lot
smell.
of them.
Taste,
Okay.
smell.
Yeah, they follow the five senses plus more. Oh, they have different names. Like empathy is got a Claire name also.
Oh, really?
So you can ask for a list of the clairs.
I'm so proud of you, Aunt, because you listened. To be honest, I thought you was straight, hard-headed, left out, and wouldn't be open to listen. I was believe, man. Thank you. I was like that, but not anymore. Like I said, I've been there since I met you. I've been in 14 times more in 2.5 years. And tell you what, man, go to my page on my profile, or and you'll see you'll see all the lives that I've done from there, especially this last one that I just did a week and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah.
Okay, so another thing from Google's was mentioning that clair means when you say, for example, clairvoyance, it means clear seeing. So every time you have the word clair, it means clear. So that's the truth. And they have clairvoyance, clairempathy, clairaudience. Clairgustance is your stomach. Clairsentience is also empathy. Uh, now, clairtangency.
Thank you, Malik.
What is that? Let me look it up.
Hey, Reggie just got home.
Whoop, whoop. The X is who?
The
X
X.
marks
Oh, clairtangency is the psychic ability to receive information through physically touching an object, person, animal, or place.
Psychometry.
like psychometry.
Psychometry.
Yeah, that's another name. Yeah.
I have all the clairs.
Yay! That's
That's
so
why
cool.
all you got to do is look up spiritual clairs, and it'll list all the clairs. And I
Yeah.
have all the clairs.
So
I
that's
thought
my
I
Google
only
for the
had-
night. Okay.
I thought I only had a few of them,
Google
but
is my friend.
I had a few on the show that said, no, you have all the clairs. So I was like, okay.
That's a lot. I mean, it's just like you have all these different names.
Well, you got a
and-
lot of gifts. They're labels. They're just labels. And you put your gifts and you look at your gifts and it goes right in with the clairs. So
Yeah.
it
There was
just
one book
smacked
I was
in with the
reading
clairs.
that the lady was talking about everything we've been talking about tonight, and she says that channeling is really a blanket, umbrella kind of word, that everything in the psychic field falls into that blanket, that umbrella, that
Yeah,
you could
not
actually
all-
call channeling psychic, being psychic, channeling, because you're
Yeah,
dealing with
not all
information
can-
coming in.
Yeah, not all can channel.
I
Some
think-
can channel.
Not all
all.
channelers are psychic, so it's kind of like, well, where do you call the line?
Oh
No.
wow.
No, I'm
So-
saying
so what
not
is a
all
psychic?
people can channel.
like Donna says, psychic and
So
she's
the
a
psychic
medium.
breaks it down
Mhm.
into all the different avenues of
Psychic,
information.
medium, clairvoyant,
Yeah, but you have three different things there. So what is all that?
psychic medium
So-
of all the clairs,
So you-
sensitive empath.
Yeah, but what is that? I don't know.
Okay, so medium means that you can see and talk and hear the
Mafia
dead.
spiritual talk.
Go ahead, Linda.
So medium means that you can see and hear and talk to the dead.
Donna with the mafia spiritual talk.
'Cause she's from the Bronx.
No, I'm not.
That's okay.
No, I'm not. I'm in Massachusetts.
You're from Boston.
Oh
Boss.
God.
Oh, did we guess your question? That's cute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
and
I'm
then
psychic.
there's a
I'm
book that
psychic. I
talks
knew
about
that.
empathic and all of those other words that followed the clair, and it went empathic this and that, and it's like, I don't know, there's so much stuff.
Too
all these
much.
labels.
It's like cut them,
Boston.
get rid of them because I don't use a lot of them.
Go
See-
park a car in the yard.
See, you from
No,
Boston.
Hey,
Melanie, that's you have to be psychic and figure out what Anthony wants for breakfast.
Oh snap!
see, he says shush.
What do you want for your next breakfast, Anthony?
You don't need breakfast right here.
Do you eat the same thing every
I
day?
just eat whatever I find.
Linda
I'm
is
not
the
from
only one
Connecticut.
from Connecticut. No, she's not from Connecticut. Malik, see?
I was born in Texas, and then we
See?
moved to California, and I fell in love with what Peter Jennings, the newscaster. And for some reason, when I first came to California,
And this is
Said I
the
wanna
only
lose my
black guy
Texas accent.
talking. What do you say? This is the only black guy talking LOL junk?
No,
Okay.
just joking.
Just kidding.
Oh,
Yeah,
joking. Okay.
Oops.
oh, he tells me he doesn't want to eat. Oh no, that's not very psychic. no work there.
Okay. Why am I picking up a headache? Somebody's
Yeah.
peep. Somebody's
Just throwing
peeping
things at each
in.
other.
Nope.
You're the only one that ever picked up a headache. I never get a headache.
Yep.
Yeah.
Somebody's peeping in. That's
Greg
negative.
never gets a headache when we come on.
Well,
Probably
Mm.
Reggie.
if
Right
you're
here.
listening to me,
It's probably Reggie.
Reggie's coming.
somebody's that has nothing to do with Reggie. Somebody's peeping in to this live that is negative.
You know,
And I am picking it up right here.
We'll tell them what they can do.
You
where's your
can
headache, or you're picking it up?
right here, and you can kick rocks.
And everybody's eating on here. Look at that. Kimmy just stuck some big old orange thing in her mouth.
We have a lot of foodies in the house.
Gosh.
There's some Cheetos popcorn. Just saying.
You know,
So somebody's
Root
peeking
beer.
in. So somebody's peeking in the
A&W.
podcast.
you
No
don't feel that.
caffeine.
Just
You
like
don't
a straight
feel
magic
nothing.
straight hood.
Yeah, it is. It is, Billy. You ought to catch all the other ones we do. I do. Push out those good vibes. See, look, now I want some snacks.
Good vibration.
Kimmy's gonna bust out the skillet here in a minute.
Yep.
Right.
So,
See, now you
Kimmy,
got
what's
one you
in the
want.
fridge?
What's your favorite?
Um,
what's your favorite egg dish, Kimmy?
I don't like eggs.
Favorite what?
I don't like eggs.
Once in a while, they drag me out of the audience and they put me on the podcast every once in a while.
Reggie, Greg.
Somebody
good-
said
they're-
I should start one. I don't know. What do you think?
They're good at that. I like to let people know.
What?
Yeah.
The first time I was on a podcast, I was just like, I was talking so fast. Do you remember Miriam?
I don't know about that. I don't know. Are they? Well, how do you
It's
like
time for
scrambled eggs,
eggs,
Kimmy?
huh?
How do you like your scrambled eggs?
I don't know. I can't make them, and I don't like. I mean, I'm not. He makes them like where they're a little bit dry, I guess. So I like it like that, I guess.
But he says you like his scrambled eggs. See, it says you like
hope
my
that-
scrambled eggs.
I hope
Kimmy.
that-
I hope that's not code or anything.
So I was asking her, how does
Well,
she like
thanks,
her
Melanie.
scrambled eggs then?
I have been
Kimmy,
studying
Kimmy.
for 30 years.
Kimmy's turning bright red. I don't know what's going on.
The audience is curious. They want to know.
And then Brian says,
Ooh, egg
no
sandwich.
code
Shut
to
it,
you.
Colby Jack.
"You."
No code. Ooh. Yeah.
God.
You.
Yearn. Oh, yum. I'm sorry. I couldn't read
Please
it.
don't turn this. Yeah, I know. Turn it to the Holy Trinity.
Derailed.
Yeah,
So the
Brian.
other night-
Brian done turn it into the unholy Trinity.
Right.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I was still trying to figure out the psychic and the medium. You know what I mean? Like, psychic is somebody that can see ahead of time.
Well, I think psychic is actually talking about the clairs.
The clear.
You know, all the different extrasensory perception that we have.
So now that we got the X in here,
DX.
so what would the star seed be?
The star seed.
Yeah, would he fall under psychic or?
Well, considering that there are different higher dimensions, then they can do all. So I've heard
They're
is that
understood.
you get used to using telepathy in the fifth dimension, and that in the sixth dimension they totally think with their mind and totally communicate with their mind, because they can build things with their mind, because we're all energy. They can They know how to.
I don't know why they
Turn
let the
it-
young whippersnapper in the room right
Do you
now.
know what an intention is?
Right.
An intention is something that you wish to happen, that you want to happen, and then for it to come true, come to fruition, your whole mind and body and spirit has to be in that mode for it to come true. For it to, it's the law of attraction is what intentions are about. You present yourself, you change yourself so that you're of a frequency of the kind. Say you want to marry somebody who's thus and so, and you put that intention out that you want a person who is thus and so. Well, you also have to be thus and so in order to attract that person. And that's the law of attraction, which works on intentions by
So-
the way of doing intentions.
So then we are all star seeds.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, we are. All of us are starseeds. Thank you, X. I've been slowly putting in little bits and pieces about stuff.
I think he's actually thumbing a ride.
He's at home. He doesn't need to thumb a ride.
What took you so long?
Well, I'm not a 70-year-old retired man like you.
Oh.
He went out and did a lot of stuff. Is that what you're trying to say?
God, he just keeps on kicking me. You know, he kicked me last
Everybody's
night.
been kicking you tonight, Greg.
See, Malik even said it. All of you on this transmission is a star seed.
What? There you go,
But
Reggie.
wouldn't we know we are a star seed though?
You got another fan, Reggie.
Well, you can ask.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am from Earth. I am not from another planet.
It doesn't
I
mean
am
you're from
an
another
Indigo
planet.
child from this Earth.
It doesn't mean you're
Not
from
saying
another
I'm
planet.
not
It
a
is not.
star seed. Not saying I'm not a star seed, but I am from Earth. I am an Indigo child. Not saying I'm not a star
Indigo.
seed. I am.
Okay, so
It doesn't necessarily mean you're from another planet.
I can't.
You know.
well, there's a distinction I've come to read about that
That's so cute.
the
I like it.
the crystal children and the other children, rainbow children, and what was the indigo children? That those names that they are starseeds also, but their names refer to the period of time that their DNA has a lot of similarity. Like there's a difference in this DNA of those other two from the first and stuff like that. And that starseeds are just people who wanted to come help from other planets. And they incarnated here on Earth the way a human soul who incarnates on Earth. They go through the stages of growing, through
So
the
what's the
womb
difference
and
between an indigo
pop out.
child and star seeds? And like, is it dimensional thing? Like if Reggie said.
Well, we're third dimensional here on Earth, okay? And then I'm not sure when it happened, but the fourth dimension, we're all fourth dimension now. And so fourth dimension is kind of split in half. And part of it goes with third dimension and part of it goes with fifth dimension. It's sort of like a nice transition state that when I was a while ago was 4-3, meaning that I still had the ability to see third dimensional everything and talk that way and get information that way.
Crystal children and Indigo children.
Yeah, that's the other one.
All,
And
so
however, with
In the
different.
fifth dimension, you completely understand. It's like a difference in understanding. You grow in the fourth dimension is like two parts, and one is two parts, like bird. No, I don't want to feel like a teacher here, but
I was gonna say this is like sound like I'm in class.
Well, it's good. That's what this is about.
yeah,
I already know all about myself.
I can.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
need
but
to
people
learn about
don't.
my-
People that
Well,
don't
Here's
watch the
asking
replay.
now, should
No,
I finish that?
No,
About
it's not-
Yeah, because
the-
we were talking about that earlier.
other people don't know about themselves. Understandable, but yeah.
if you want to
that's why
know
I said
what
Linda
other,
taught.
if you're from another planet as a star seed, if your soul comes from another planet, I don't know. I was given clues while I was over the past 30 years, 30 plus years. And I finally asked
It's
but
been
there
very
are, you can look it up
thankful
online
for letting
because there are
me
many
be part of it.
articles that talk about it, and
Did
Yeah.
You
All
can
right,
look-
Barbara. Thanks for coming
Good
in.
night. Good night, Barbara.
hey Barbara, I love you.
Bye, Barbara.
I like that picture that she had.
New York accent.
I know everybody says New York. New Yorkers pronounce their R's. We don't pronounce R's. They're cut off.
Mafia boss. You're a mafia boss.
Donna is the mafia boss with a badass New York accent. Nah, no.
She'll,
You can only deny it so long, Donna.
yeah, she'll pull that shank out on you quick if you mess with.
Mm.
Oh,
Anthony's got one to match it too.
New
New
York.
York.
She'll
New
bust a
York.
kneecap.
no.
And Anthony's got one to match it.
So what?
Donna,
What's
where
the
you
question?
from?
Boston.
Miss? No, outside Boston, Massachusetts.
Mm.
Yes, New England. Outside Boston, Massachusetts.
You stayed close to home then.
See, Reggie, you're surrounded by star seeds tonight.
Well, I don't know what question are we answering.
That's not a question.
I think I stopped midway.
Well, that's good because that's the most
The
that I've
reason
heard about it.
I can put it simply put. The reason why I'm absolutely certain we're all star seeds.
Hi, Crystal.
You just said it. Malik just said it right there. Look, we
Is
are
that Crystal?
star seeds.
But to put in
Chrissy.
simplest form,
Is that
Christy?
Chrissy behind you?
Christy.
That's Chrissy, isn't it? Who's
Chrissy.
behind you?
He's got headphones on.
I'm
Donna.
messing up her name. What is her name? Chrissy?
Chrissy. Who's behind you, Reggie?
Chrissy. Wonder Woman, Mack truck driver.
oh, they're all yelling at you and you can't hear them.
Mack truck driver.
She
Wonder
can't hear you.
Woman.
Donna's saying Wonder Woman. Dump truck
Mack
driver,
truck driver.
Mack truck driver.
Do you see her truck?
I got star
I
seeds
heard
either.
at one of your when you sent a healing energy, Donna, over the internet.
Hit him right in the back
Was
of
it
the
last
head
week or the week
with that
before?
plate.
And somebody said, I felt that.
That was Greg, Carol and Greg. I did.
And it wasn't going to them. but they
Wasn't
were-
going to them.
Was
Moo.
Huh?
it supposed to be going to them?
Huh?
No, it was like you were sending some energy to somebody, and I know you did that for me the other day at home here, and you said, "Get
All right.
out of the way, get out
No,
of the
no,
way,
no, no, no,
get
no,
out
no.
of the way."
All right, Greg, you was on when I did the spiritual healing. She heard that I did a spiritual healing and I meant it for somebody else, but it hit somebody else. What happened that night when I did the spiritual healing? You tell her.
You healed me.
And did it hit anybody else?
No.
Thank you. People talk too much junk on this internet. It's ridiculous. They all need to
It
just
was all straight right on.
thank you. But somebody told Linda
No,
that I did a spiritual healing.
I don't
and
remember
I sent
Linda
it to
being on.
somebody.
No,
No.
I know I wasn't there.
She
No,
wasn't
I-
on.
I went channel hopping.
No, somebody told her, Greg, that I sent a healing, and whoever I sent it to it missed them and went to somebody else. You see
Well,
how
I don't
people
think it
talk
missed
on
him. I
this
think it also
internet?
got somebody else. That's what I.
That's not
That's-
anything.
No.
That's not
No.
anything.
What
to be said
happened
to begin
was
with.
I did the healing. It went right to the person it was supposed to go to.
Okay.
It worked 100%, but his little spirit back there stole some of the energy.
Oh, okay. I got it.
No, it didn't. Nobody. See, that's what I'm
usually.
talking about. This internet, man.
Okay, guys.
All right.
No. Reggie's got something to say, so we're gonna listen to
Now,
what he's got to say.
you can tell your testimony to straight, so she can straighten that person out that told her.
She knows. We just said it.
Yeah.
It came to me.
Yeah.
It was you, me, Carol, and who else was on?
But when
I
I
don't-
sent that energy, it went straight to you, which it
No,
was
there was,
supposed to go to you.
where else was it to go?
But
Well,
it's
somebody,
okay.
somebody
It's
told
okay
her.
if some goes to somebody else too.
No,
It really is.
No, there was nobody
No.
else. There was nobody else for it to go to.
Oh.
that's what I'm. Somebody told her I sent it to you or whoever, and it bounced off you and went to somebody
Gangsta
else.
up in here.
Well,
It never happened.
well, now that you've clarified it, it's okay. Just
Yeah, Linda-
Actually, you go to the page and
Kimmy-
you can look it up,
Kimmy,
no, I'm not going to do that.
and you can
I'm just
see it
taking
for
the
your.
word from you. You're
Kimmy-
the
Yeah,
one.
but I'm
Kimmy,
saying you
You're
could
the
go to the
source.
page. But I'm saying
Well-
you could go to the page and you can look and you can see for
What,
yourself.
Greg? What?
you
Never
could
went to
have.
nobody.
Kimmy was
believe you,
behind me with
Donna.
her catcher's uniform on.
I was just
the
asking, was
catcher's
that
mitt.
true or not? You said no, it's not true.
Oh, this internet, I'm telling you.
Man. Sorry for my giggling here.
Yeah, that's okay, Reggie.
No, I just you guys are
kids,
like
kids giggle.
Ken-
Kids giggle. Kids giggle.
You
all the
guys were
time.
like 10 subjects past where what I wanted to talk about.
Go ahead.
And
It's
so
too
Go
late.
ahead.
It's too late now,
So
Reggie. I'm
late.
going to bed.
Hold on, look at this. Yeah.
I'm going to bed.
Hold on, Greg.
Oh wait.
No.
Oh.
Reggie,
Go ahead, Reggie.
Ah!
X.
Too much
This
sunshine there.
70-year-old
Calm
guy's got to
down.
go to bed.
Now what?
It's Reggie's turn. It's
Well,
Reggie's
of
turn.
course,
Reggie wants to hurry up and
ready
say
to talk,
something.
Greg, you're
What?
ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
It's
He gives me
70-year-old
the-
man's got to go to bed.
Yeah, but he wants to hear you. He wants you to hear what he's got to say real
He
quick.
gets me to come
no.
on, and he always bails on me.
Oh man, I'll tell you, Reggie.
No,
Go
I
ahead,
was
Reg.
already. You guys had already like lost that subject 15 minutes ago.
See, look at
See,
that.
Malik saying, "Go, Greg. Go, Reg. Greg, stay."
Okay.
Go ahead.
See you later.
All right, here we go.
Up. Hold your breath. Hold your breath.
Come on, Reggie.
And Malik saying, "Please."
I was wait, is Greg leaving or are you?
No.
No.
He's waiting on you to start. We're all
He's
waiting on
waiting.
you.
Just
Wait
breathe
so
normal.
long.
We're waiting on you.
Everybody wanted me to stay.
Yeah, we're waiting on Reggie.
Okay, no. Greg said bye, and I was waiting for him to leave.
That doesn't matter.
Okay.
What do you want to
This is-
say, Reggie?
Come on, Reg.
Pick up those
There's
last
like
two
a
pins.
million
and
different subjects here. You
Put
guys
those
are talking
pins
about-
back in the cage, will you?
See how I get interrupted every time I start
All
talking?
right, everybody, shut up. Okay,
Jeez.
you got the stage. Go, Reg.
Well, we're talking about star seeds.
Yep.
And the fact that we're all star seeds. And I was going to put it in simplest terms. When the earth began, before there was ever life here, all right, the earth formed. The first creature on this planet, whether it had been a bug, a dinosaur, whatever, right? If we're not all star seeds, then where did that first soul come from? We're all star seeds. Period. I mean, that's the only way.
Didn't come out of a test tube.
Maybe test
Well, it would
the
have been a star seed that brought the test tube here.
Oh,
And our DNA, on top of that, our DNA has different
So
pieces
that's
from
why.
different.
it
That's
should-
why I love you, Reggie.
the thing is now, everybody here's a starseed, but if you've reincarnated here on the planet so many times, your soul can become humanized. So you might not relate to being a starseed.
I'm a partial. I'm not a reincarnation, but I'm a partial reincarnation.
You're part
I mean,
what?
I'm a
far as the
partial
star,
Partal?
as
I
as
didn't
far
get
as
that.
the starseed thing is concerned, a human,
Now we got a
a
cat.
soul could become
gotta stop eating.
humanized over time.
Well,
Where'd that
like
cat
you
come
hear, a spirit can be, what do they call it? Fractured, split. That's how they say you can be a partial reincarnation and not a full.
Now I heard you.
And when I say that you don't necessarily have to be from another planet,
Yeah.
there are a lot of spirit out there that's never been embodied. A lot of them. Christians named a few of them, Michael and Raphael, and those
Car alarm's going
I
off.
mean, the
fine
angels.
spirits have never been embodied.
The angels
that's
have
what-
never been human.
That's what I mean. The guardian or the archangels.
Who's sending the car? There's a car alarm going off.
Sorry, my TV. If I turn it down, my dog will go nuts.
I thought it was a car alarm.
It was, but it was on TV.
Oh man.
That's
Sorry.
clever.
I thought we were gonna have cops in the
Right.
I've incarnated 11 times.
Really?
I wouldn't say hundreds of times.
Wow.
11 times.
I kind of beat you. I've been 66
But we're-
times.
We're
Holy.
talking about embodied, though, 11 times.
Mm.
Well, embodied could be on other planets. So are you
Right.
trying to specify
I've never been human before. Today, I mean, until now.
this year or this lifetime?
Yeah,
But you were a dinosaur, weren't you?
yeah, but that's not human.
No, but I mean, no, you what? He says he was a
he's a
dinosaur.
he's a reptilian, I think.
Triceratops.
Weren't you a triceratops?
He was a lizard man or something.
But how do you know you were a triceratops?
He was the monster from the
I don't
Black
even know how to
Lagoon.
explain that, honestly, Anthony. I resonate so heavily with that dinosaur. It's crazy.
What did
Which-
Malik
which
just
one?
say?
Same with the
ringing-
Lemurians.
How about it was that ringing?
That was during the
Greg's
time of
hearing.
Atlantis.
That was Greg's hearing aid that was ringing.
I don't have any.
So do you remember what they did?
What? Who did?
Either the Lumerians or the Atlanteans,
Pepsi Ultra Strong with fatty lactose.
or you
Lived
just
in peace.
Designed for worry-free sleep
okay? That's one thing.
with a 75%.
So you had like a
I
vision?
mean, I don't remember sitting down to dinner with my family of Lemurians or anything, but
Okay.
Yeah.
that city sunk into the Indian Ocean.
And passing the mashed potatoes.
Hey, Liz. Got Liz from Scotland in here.
Hi, Liz.
Hey,
Love you,
Liz.
girl.
It was. So
What are you
What
doing,
lady.
Liz?
But I want to know what the triceratops.
You can.
How do you know that? Because I see it. Okay, like I
Hard-
see it. You know. But so how can you?
You mean a triceratops?
Yeah, triceratops.
How do you see it? How do you see
How do
it?
you know that you were a
He said it's what
triceratops?
he resonates with.
Okay, what does that mean?
It's hard to explain.
What does
In other
that
words,
mean?
he
Resonate.
feels it, I
So when
guess.
you saw pictures of, you go, yeah, I know what that guy was like.
Yeah,
I used to be one.
They took the horns on the back of the triceratops, and now it's down by his butt.
Where in the
Greg,
hell did you come up with that, Greg?
Are
It
you
was a cart.
eating your cereal?
It was a cartoon. It was a cartoon. I just saw it. I just saw it today on there. I wanted to
So-
save it. I was going to send it to you, Reggie.
So then, like, if you have a vision of something and you really connect with it, you would say that's to resonate with it.
Yeah, I would say that's a good answer.
Okay.
Resonating
well,
means
yes-
you actually
yes and no.
feel,
Yes
something.
and no.
it's like having a
Yes and
second
no.
sight.
Honk your
Because I've
horn.
had a lot of visions, but I didn't resonate as being one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just
Like
resonated with them.
like a brontosaurus, for example, is another plant eater from that era. I don't resonate with the brontosaurus.
Just the
you know.
Triceratops.
Yeah, and I can imagine I probably kicked a couple T-Rex's asses in my protecting my family. But
It's just because when people hear this, I was a Triceratops.
I
It's
mean,
a cute
it's well, the thing is like 99% of the population of Earth is going to be like, this is one crazy motherfucker thinking he was a Triceratops. I know what you're
like
getting at.
this. They're going to be going
I
like this.
can't prove it. I can't prove it. I can't. All I know is I resonate with it. And it's like some of my vision, I feel like I was at the crucifixion.
Mm.
And but I don't feel like I was embodied, but I resonate with Matthew. I feel like I might have been one of his spirit guides.
Do you know how a pendulum works, Reggie?
You okay, Greg?
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to go to bed.
And you hold it,
Oh yeah.
and you hold your pendulum, and it goes, and you keep yourself still, but it will go. I mean, I can say, okay, stop. Today is Saturday.
Not only does it work on flags, it works on the appearance.
Yes or no?
Okay, that's the direction for no. It's going like that. So I do that to find out which way is yes or no, and then I start asking yes or no questions. And I actually did a past life regression on myself because I had a birthmark on my leg, and I said, "Is that birthmark related to a past life?" And the answer was yes. So I kept going. And eventually I learned enough information from those yes no questions that I could develop a picture in my head. And once that started, then I kept going and I kept verifying with the yes no answer questions. And I let the whole thing unfold in my inner eye, and it was the lesson in that dream. I had died before I finished learning the lesson, but the lesson is that I was living in racial inequality. I was having prejudice heaped against me in my life that I lived. So I realized when I realized that in this life, a lot of things let go. And the birthmark disappeared because I had taken in the lesson. I had also made it a part of myself, the answer. And that's how why did I do that? Why did I say that?
And you're hitting it right on a little bit ago, Linda, when it came to like the abilities of the star seeds and stuff. You were talking about telepathic and all that. I'm so in tune with it that's the reason why my abilities with ITC equipment is so strong.
So my son's
I
telepathic.
send out my energy
So
I believe
he's
it.
in such a
Wait a
way
minute.
that I become a transmitter almost.
all right. I have a question. My son just blew wide open months ago. and he told me he was telepathic. So that means he's from another planet? I'm just asking. Now that's
I
my
don't.
son. And if I ain't from another planet, I know he ain't.
But when you say he blew wide open,
I mean, his
what does
crown
that mean?
chakra,
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry, his crown chakra blew wide open. Like his abilities, his crown chakra, he blew wide open.
But
And
again,
he's
it doesn't necessarily
just
mean
because
it's
you
from
born
another
him
planet.
just because you born him of your body on this lifetime doesn't mean he's not from another planet.
What do you say we get out of here?
He could be a starseed, and like we all
we're
are,
all
really.
star seeds.
Yeah.
We're all star seeds, but
So
doesn't
what do
mean we're all from different planets.
your soul, all the souls have different planets. Like you know the word the other side, that phrase, the other side. Every planet has an other side. And all of those planets, all those people, all those souls that came and grew up on that planet, originally, their first get-go of living on anything was where they call home. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But their home might not be from another planet, but another
Exactly.
system, another star system.
Sure.
That
Well,
makes
there's planets everywhere.
because you might not necessarily be from another planet because you might not have ever been embodied except for here.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, there are some that are not
That's what I mean by humanized.
yeah.
There's some souls that's only come to Earth. You know, I don't know how to explain it, but
Well, because the reason they come to Earth is because on the other side, it's all white light. No, you build things because you understand energy. There is no dark side on the other side. It's all white side. Do you get what
Okay.
I'm saying? And so you come to Earth so you can experience the dark side and the white side, the light and the dark. That's what I'm saying.
well,
And I've read that in many books too.
in the universe, there is. I don't know how to say this exactly. There is a serious amount of dark side within the universe, and Earth is ground zero. Some of the dark side incarnated here, and some of the light side incarnated here. It's just like a what do you call it?
Well, this is the melting pot for the universe.
Yeah, this is like an experimental concoction of both bad and good.
So if
on
you
this
don't,
planet.
and in order to grow spiritually, you have to know what your dark side, what the darkness is, in order to understand how light you are. Without
Also,
it, you
question
have
then.
no idea.
Well, like on your set, like what we consider the small grays, and then like the reptilians are bad.
I'm on the way,
So
Brian, to kicking the dark's ass.
when it's supposed to be all light there, so why are
Pardon
they
me, but
different?
that's what my goal is.
Why are the grays and the reptilians different?
Yeah, like we
Okay,
perceive them
reptilians-
as darker, meaner, bad.
Well, I don't know if and I happen to have met a reptilian,
Oh boy.
and I'm not really sure if he's a good one or a bad one, because he first introduced himself as being good, and he sort of demonstrated other qualities that didn't say the same thing, and I'm going like, okay, I'm
Okay.
out of here. But
Well-
the thing is that he is born differently through eggs. He's hatched. Okay. So I didn't stick around long enough to find out what their life is like. Okay. I wish some parts of me wish that I had, and other
Okay.
parts are going like,
I have a
"Bye-bye."
question with all this stuff. I had 2 dreams. One, I was asleep but not asleep. Okay, both the same. And one was just recent. It was only 3 or so weeks ago. Was it, Kimmy? 3, 4 weeks ago? Something like that. It wasn't long ago. And it was like an out of body experience. One of them, but the other one was a dream. But they were the same. And I'm watching myself, the most recent, I am watching myself talking to this person. Now, this thing is going haywire. But I'm watching myself, and I think it's all the energy. But I'm watching who I'm talking to and making sure there's no little things up here, right? First shot, nothing. So I'm talking. He was huge, hairy, but I wasn't afraid. Calm, long conversation. I don't know what the conversation was. I couldn't hear, and I don't know what we were talking about. So then I woke up. Still don't know what we were talking about. Same thing with the first dream. It was a Bigfoot. So you trying to tell me I was a Bigfoot? Oh, I'm from a Bigfoot?
Wow,
Like,
that's interesting.
Yeah. But I have no idea what this conversation was.
Okay, so when you were looking through your eyes, were you at the same level as the other person?
I was looking at me and him, and he was big and tall, and it was me looking up at him because he was huge.
So did you see your present self as you are today?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. And long conversation, no fear, no nothing. It was good. It looked like a good conversation. Everything was great.
that's
But
really
I don't
cool.
know what the conversation was.
It doesn't matter.
I have no idea. Like, no clue. And I woke up, still don't remember anything. Same thing as the first dream. But the first one was a dream. And it was the same way.
See, I
But it
feel
was
like
before that.
I feel like this that we're like me and Linda were talking way before we started this podcast, and we are talking about the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 16th dimension, and it goes higher. We know that it goes higher than that, and because you get to the point where even past infinity, where each time you go to the next one, all the other ones you master those.
As
The ones
long as
before
you can
that.
stay in the frequency of the one you're going to, that's why you change into it.
Right. And so
And
I feel like that's part of our ascension. We
What do you
ascend.
mean? Mastering your abilities?
No,
mastering the ability
okay.
to stay
Like
in that frequency.
like for me, this here opens up a whole nother pathway because the abilities that we know of, like medium, psychic, and everything else, these are abilities at this place. And then you'll ascend to the next one, and then you'll understand that there's more to it as you ascend.
Mm-hmm.
Then your knowledge becomes even greater
Mm-hmm.
to the point that you reach the point that where you become telepathic. You know what I mean? And then this is where, like, you can say that the beings that are not that already ascended and already at that point where there is no anger, there is no fighting, there's no hate, there's no jealousy, any of that, because those emotions are gone. They're more like caveman kind of things like that. Because so as you
I like
ascend,
caveman.
then your knowledge becomes even more. So right now, it becomes really hard to explain this. Not to say that people are dumb. It's just that they're in a certain place right now.
You
know what I mean?
reminded me
Right.
But
That's
all the
why I'm always
clairs-
saying it's so hard to explain.
Right.
what
So we can take it a piece at a time. And all the clairs that we just finished discussing,
yeah.
those go away because we now have when you're totally on the other side in that body, you there is no body. You're just all mind and personality. And everything your communication has to come from your head, and that's why there's telepathy.
All right. I just had a conversation with my father, which is in spirit.
Okay.
Now, I asked why I was up like so much from September to October. Up. And a
mean
friend
no
of
sleep?
mine kept saying that my
I
third
think
eye.
I think Greg is ready to go to bed.
That
Good
my
night.
third,
Yeah.
oh, good
Good
night.
night, Greg.
All right, everybody.
All
Good
right,
night.
Greg.
That my third eye
Thanks for
kept
starting
going.
it and bailing again.
Reggie,
Oh,
walk me to bed, will you? I can't find my wife.
That my third
Greg's a
eye,
baby.
Linda.
You want me to
kept
call your
going
wife again?
up,
Hold
up,
on a minute. Hold.
Yeah.
Oh, more. You mean opening more?
Yeah, I kept getting heightened and heightened
He's
and
gone.
heightened. So I
Oh.
asked, why so much since September, October? He said, you're where you were supposed to be a long time ago.
Well, that's
And-
the thing. You know, when we're
but
born
he's-
in this life, we are.
But this
we
is
made
the other
plans
thing.
on the other side.
All right, but wait a minute.
Oh.
So then something happened just recently.
Okay.
Only certain people know. And I said, Dad, where were you? You know, I was calling for you. Where were you? Why weren't you around me? It was a lesson. Why? Because why did you talk to that person again after what happened back before when something else happened? And then all of a sudden you talk to this person again. Why? Why did you do that? That was a red flag for you. And you went and talked to this person again. And then that happened to you. So that was a red flag. So we stepped back to teach you a lesson.
Well, they can't interfere with
That
your
was
lessons.
exactly. That was a lesson on you. You had to deal with that. That was your lesson. But then I ain't gonna say no more. But
Okay.
he did say that. He said why I was up so much was because I was supposed to be where I am, and he said I'm like 95, I don't know, 95%, 95, pretty much 95, isn't it 95%? I think I ain't got much more to go. And I was supposed to be there a long time ago, but I was just like, no. Like,
You were
I
holding
didn't-
yourself back?
yes.
Okay.
I was holding myself back for a long time. Every time I was asked for my guides and stuff, and I was like, no. But
They
then
gotta
I
get
was
that ego out of the way,
well,
you know?
it wasn't ego, it was other stuff.
Or
But-
fear. Or fear.
yeah, it was a few things, but it's out the way.
That's good.
So.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is that we may have, you know, we may be at 8th level and we get born on Earth. So we have this amnesia and we have to learn everything all over again. How to walk, how to talk, how to be with people, how to communicate, everything. Go through
Yeah, that's
all
why I
our...
was getting upset, because I'm like, Dad, no sooner I master this and I master that, I'm up again. And then I get to learn all over again.
That's
All
it.
my abilities change, and then I learn it, and then within not even a couple of weeks, I'm up again, and I'm up again.
But is
It's
it
like-
really useless? You're saying it's useless.
It's not really useless. It's learning
Annoying,
how to do your abilities all over again.
but we
But
have so
wasn't
many.
it wasn't so bad. Well, being where I work on a big team nationally, and I got a remote view and channel and contact spirit, like everything kept changing on me. You know, which one time it changed on me, and it was pretty cool. That one was okay because when I didn't really have to channel. I would look at the picture, and all of a sudden I was just getting hit with all these images.
Oh, nice. Quick
left and right.
Quick
Yeah.
information.
I was just getting hit. And then I would try to contact spirit if I needed something. Instead of answering me, I get hit with images. That's fine with me. I still got my answer, but then all of a sudden I was up again.
Well,
And I mean, it's just all that, it's just hard to adjust to every time. And it's overwhelming.
See, the way I was shown is just it's kind of like in school. You can't stay in the fourth grade forever.
No.
So you learn what you learn in the fourth grade, and then you carry that knowledge into the fifth grade.
Yeah.
It's going to be similar to the fourth grade, but it's going to have new challenges in it.
No, I understand that.
And
But
then-
every 2 weeks, come on.
That's the way.
That's a little quick.
That's the way it goes because actually, you get to the point that because I for me, one of the most powerful things is thought. And when you start reaching that, like I said, you start to ascend to each level. When you get to the ninth grade, you still remember everything you learned. You learned your ABCs, you learned math, but then
Yeah.
now you're going to learn a little bit more challenging math.
Mhm.
So, but you need those previous teachings.
Yeah.
And some people get stuck because they don't want to go
Good
to the
night,
next one.
Liz.
They don't want to go. I want to stay here because I like it because it's safe. I
Yeah.
know this place. And then they're miserable. They're bouncing around with their abilities and their abilities.
No, I
like they get-
wasn't never miserable. It's just
well, I'm not saying you. I'm
No.
saying people
Yeah.
will get they get stagnant in that place,
Yeah.
and they become
Yeah.
miserable, because maybe they fear or whatever to go to the next one. But as you
Yeah.
keep going, and some people can move really fast because if you keep going and you catch on to it, then you're gonna want more. That's why some people can move so fast. Like for myself, I have all those abilities. I mastered those abilities when I was a young child.
I was told December.
And so for
Darn.
me, and it's only because I was never told that
Did you hear me?
that I couldn't.
I said it low.
Let's see,
Did you hear
Liz
the day
has some-
what I said? Hi,
okay,
darling.
Donna has Liz has to go. Okay, thank you, Liz, for coming in.
Good night, sweetie.
Night,
Bye,
Liz.
Liz.
Let's see. So that's what it is. And then when we try to explain some things, sometimes, like say Reggie or Linda and other people, it's hard to explain for fifth and sixth dimensional thinking to a third dimensional mind.
Yeah.
And that's where we come off kind of.
Madonna's not third dimensional anymore. A long
Yeah.
time ago, she's not because
But some people, I'm just saying, to some people, when they start hearing about star seeds and okay, we're going there now. Well, because they are, or maybe on a second dimension. You know what I mean? It's just like Malik said. He made a lot of sense a while ago when he said about the spirit board, bringing a spirit board to that
Ouija.
place that I go to, because that
Ouija board?
place, that place it's I call it a spirit board. Ouija board sounds so dumb.
oh
Yeah, this one right here. That one.
yeah.
The one that scares everyone when I do this. So, but it made a lot of sense to me when he said that, and I picked up on it when I took it, and I even told my other members, I don't really think it's going to work in there. I just had that feeling, and I tried it, and I'm good with it. But that place, like he said, it is so dimensional, and it is so far advanced.
Yeah.
That it is like bringing that into a 2G into a 5G or even a 6G or 8G,
Yeah.
4K. And I felt that when we took it this last time, and it didn't work. We did it. We tried to do it, the pendulum board and the Ouija board at the same time,
Yeah.
and it didn't work. And I
Yeah. I
had a
saw
feeling
that.
because
So
I wanted to.
there are ways to distinguish between 3G, 3D, and 4D and 5D. The three dimensions are the X, Y, and Z. We are three-dimensional. Time puts you in the fourth dimension. And a lot of people are in the fourth dimension, a lot of dark people, a lot of light people, a lot of people deciding whether to go, what to do with their lives. They're sitting around waiting in the fourth dimension. So,
Right.
Are you saying people with abilities?
That's a good question, though. Is it the abilities that move us forward into these other dimensions?
I want to give you another. Well, this is what I've thought all along when it comes to the third and the fourth dimension.
Okay.
I believe that 90% of the earth is in third dimension, and that fourth dimension is where ghosts reside.
Well,
That's
I think
the
it
reason.
used to be
That's
that
the
way.
reason why. That's the reason why you can only sometimes see them, but most of the time you can't. But people with abilities
Can see him.
can see them.
Mhm.
You see what
So
I mean?
there is a correlation between your ability and which dimension that you can raise your frequency to. So
Yeah.
I'm sure
Anthony,
both.
that video you sent me, wasn't that sixth dimension? That girl?
Oh, I've been trying to find it. I wanted to send that to
That was sixth dimension.
I wanted to send that
And
to.
you sent that to me, and you said
Let me
you
see.
sent that to me, and that
You
was
can
right where
forward it to me.
that was
Yeah,
right
I
where
was
I
actually
was
trying to
at.
get it to you, and I forgot. I couldn't find it anymore.
I think that
Do you
was
still
months ago, and
Was
do
you
you
it?
still
said
have it?
Oh,
Donna, do you still have it?
no. That my Facebook went down, so I don't have that no more.
I
Oh,
had another one that I had the other day that
But it was
she
good
was
though.
she was explaining all the way up to.
Yeah.
No, this one was new. It was just the other day, but I
Oh,
can't find it.
I've been listening to a lot of podcasts that are
he
on
sent me
YouTube and
one months ago,
Tubi.
and it was like sixth dimension, I want to say, and everything she said was like right down. I was listening to everything. He wanted me to hear it because I had questions, and like she was right on it. Yeah, how things were changing and how we were changing, and this was
Okay,
months
Malik.
ago. I can't remember what month, but this was months ago, Anthony. That
Yeah,
you
no,
said,
this one was just the other day.
oh,
It was really extensive on it. I mean, she went through every third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and she was explaining to it. And like here, I agree with Malik on the other one, where this one here, because
I
I
think it was
mean,
Halloween. It was Halloween that you sent that. It was
yeah,
around
I won't find
Halloween.
it. I got some stuff, but this one was just the other day. But this one where he's talking about this, because this is what me and Linda were talking about earlier, about the forest, because she asked me what do you I think I was at the third, fourth, fifth, or sixth, and I told her I believe that right now I am in the fourth, but going into the fifth. But that's
So
where that forest is taking me, because when I first went in, I went in third dimensional the very first time we went.
then how
After we came out, and I started to go back, and I kept getting downloaded. It started to show me what time is, because now
oh,
I know how time works. And
then
so I
that's
started to
wrong.
go into the fourth one. Now I'm halfway fourth and going into the fifth. That's why I said this last time. I saw this was different, and I understood it, and it was showing me so much, and I wanted to go further now, but I couldn't, because the person that I had started freaking out. So I
I
had to
know
pull back out.
this girl was at, I know it was no less than fifth dimension. I want to say fifth dimension, sixth dimension, but there was,
I was
how
born
could
in
it be
55.
that high if you're
I
only
thought
fourth dimension? But you sent me that girl was saying fifth dimension or sixth dimension. How could it be so high if you're only four?
Planetary natural portal. Wow.
You know what I
I
mean?
love this conversation. I do.
I know it
Right there, right
was.
now.
I know it was it was
Excuse me.
5th. It was at least 5th. I know it was. And everything she said
Who
was
said?
exact.
Yes, Malik. That's right.
And me seeing everything. Like I could see spirit.
It's like a lot of that Badala effect.
Sometimes I see, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
Um,
What's up, Pete? We're
Hey,
talking about the
Pete.
dimensions in the
Yeah.
forest, and
Hey, Pete.
time
Well, not-
thing.
No, I'm not saying just in the
I wanna-
forest. I'm saying all the
My
time.
guides, when they're talking to me,
5th dimensional is
because time
a-
doesn't really exist,
Huh?
and the my guides are from the future.
Say it again, Malik.
When they talk, there's a lot of times that I get extraterrestrial, voices,
I wish you still had that.
and I'm referring to my actual audio recordings out loud through the spirit boxes and stuff. And I've had voices come through several times. Who is he? Asking about me, and one of my guides saying he's from the past.
Mm.
We're all from the past.
Okay, so time doesn't really, to them, time doesn't really exist. Time's kind of a human-made thing
Yes.
for this
Yes,
planet.
yes.
So that we can keep track, or scientists or whoever can keep track of what happened when. But to the universe, I mean, it was just a night's sleep and the dinosaurs were here or were gone. And then here we are.
Yeah,
It's
you just reminded me, that's what goes away when we all become 5th dimensional. We stop thinking of time as past, present, and future. So we have the 4th
But that's-
dimension to get used to.
so
what's
now
gonna-
it kind of makes you understand when it comes to time. Okay, I believe that, and I'm saying I believe it because I can't prove it to nobody.
Yeah. Did I send that to you?
That I've completely healed
Kenny?
myself on the inside.
Tim?
That's why I'm
I don't
always
think
thinking
so.
I'm
What
I don't
Anthony
think
sent
you
me?
I don't think you did.
Damn.
I'm lost in conversation.
But I'm always saying that I feel 20 again. I feel like I'm 20. It's because I've healed myself back that far.
I just think you're in really excellent health to make you feel 20.
No, you don't understand. Before my awakening, I had popping knees, bad back, everything.
Oh,
And when my awakening hit, I was actually, and this is where Anthony was talking about, if you're willing to go that extra mile to deeper and deeper into the dimensions of knowledge or abilities.
you have to actually.
When my awakening hit, I was so fascinated by it that they decided to just body slam me with it. I was seeing UFOs. I was hearing out loud. I was having stuff come off the wall at work. But I was amazed by it. I wasn't afraid of it. And my energy levels just went through the roof.
Mhm.
I mean, from the day that I turned on that spirit box, I was getting fluent talk.
Anthony, put Malik's message back up.
which one?
Separation of polarity. I have
we
to tell
need
you,
to-
Malik, that I experienced that on this last Sunday. I was driving and I'm on the road and it looks like the road I'm used to and everything looks normal. And then after a while, I'm not paying attention to what's around me because I'm thinking I'm on the road that I know. And then all of a sudden I find that I'm not on the road that I know and I have to stop and get directions. I had
Well,
gone so far out of my way that I started here and I went there and I really wanted to go there. I wanted to go south. And so
That's-
it took me, it
that's
was
If I
weird.
might,
I
if
don't-
I might make a comment just real quick. Malik I'd absolutely love to have a conversation with you sometime. I really would.
I met Malik in the forest the second time we were there. Actually, he's on my Texas Race Hunters YouTube with the interview with him.
Yeah,
on
I
it.
remember the day you met him and you were standing
Awesome.
and talking with him. I remember that. And he was standing at that wood. I remember that.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Now, Linda, I remember like so many times I'll leave my house and I have to go to the doctor's out of town.
Okay.
And I'll get in my car and I'll start driving. And the next thing I know, I'm all the way out near my doctor's. And it's like, what happened in between?
God.
I'm telling, it's like,
Automatic
I
pilot.
mean, yeah. What happened in between from here and I'm all the way out there and I'm almost there and it's like, whoa, I don't even remember driving all this way.
There's a place in San Jose that I can drive into and I get this woo-woo feeling. I get these tingly feelings in my brain and I'm like going like, and it never failed. Every time I drove down this one road and I recognize the road as is going to change how I feel if I drive up there, and lo and behold, it does. It makes me feel that woo-woo stuff. And my sense of direction goes out the window. I no longer know which is north, south, east, or west.
Oh.
And I get turned around. I don't know what that is. But
See,
this last Sunday, it kind of felt that way.
See, I never had that. I mean, I guess when I'm leaving, I know where I'm going,
Uh-huh.
but I don't remember, like, what the hell was I thinking? What was I doing from here a half an hour away? And it's like I snap out at a red light or something right before I'm there.
The only other time that I had a strange
no
time
idea.
driving was that
What is that, Anthony?
What?
When you do that
I
and you lose time.
for me, what I've learned from that place, because that's like what Linda was describing in her experience, and I think I told her that's what happens inside that forest. It happens every time. In there, I believe that I learned how to quantum jump, and I learned it so well that I can do it anytime. I do it now, and I do it even at work. My truck will literally jump from one place to the other in a matter of no time.
But I mean,
and me as being and me as being a truck driver, we estimate time, to the speed in miles, so how long it takes us to
Right.
get there. And I mean, I'm already good with it because, like I said, I already understand it. Because if I do the math on it, it doesn't come out. There's no way.
yeah.
So I don't fight with it no more. I used to years ago because I started to learn that a long time ago. But when I started going, well, it's been years since I started going there, and I started to learn that because that's what happened to us the very first time. The second time, in fact, right after we met Malik, if he would have went in with us, he would have experienced what we experienced at that time. So that's what I'm saying about going into the fourth dimension. As he's saying, you start to understand time. And I've talked about this on many podcasts, but it's really hard because a lot of people don't grasp that. That's why I don't talk about my experience. I have a lot of experiences there already, as you know, and I don't talk about them because I can't talk about those in certain podcasts because it's just wasting my time.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to say that they're dumb or anything like that. It's just that they're in a different place.
Yeah, you only say so much.
Yeah, to understand what I'm talking
And
about.
The universe hands the knowledge to each individual person that would best suit their needs at that present time on Earth, and that's basically why.
There you go. There you go, Reggie.
How do you think I'm losing time?
Oh,
I know where I'm going, leaving my house, and I'm driving a half an hour away, and then in between there, and I'm fine driving. Like that's a lot of driving going because I go by the back roads, and then I'm okay, and then I'm like, oh, like I'm at, oh, how did I get here
Are you saying
so
it took you
far?
extra time?
No, it's like I just don't like where was
You
I
forget to
driving?
drive.
You
Yeah,
forget
where
that you're
was I?
driving.
Yeah, I didn't realize like I'm driving from here all the way out there. I'm out there, and it's like, who was behind this wheel
Man.
driving all this way?
It was your
Don't-
nose
don't-
driving. 'Cause
The
your nose
only
was
time
following.
that the only time that I ever feel like a drive is too long is when I'm tired.
No, it was. I was
I go like,
fine.
where'd that
No.
steak go?
I wasn't tired. I was wide awake. I was wide awake. It was just like, where did I go? Like I was driving, I was fine, but it was
You jump.
I don't know what the hell
Is that
happened.
what they
You-
call it?
Yeah, you jump. You quantum jump. That's what I do it all the time now. I mean now it's natural for me. When I want
So,
to, I can
okay,
go to
so
New Mexico.
this is what I just
So
learned.
where did I go?
Dude,
Oh, okay. So if
okay.
you can answer that question, then listen, they were saying that don't quote me on where I found this, but I will find it again if you want me to tell you. Is that this has to do with traveling across the universe and not needing to think about time.
Well, I astral project, I astral plane, but he's talking about now jumping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
different.
Where did I
And this
jump?
is what I'm talking about too, is that they have a way of, you have your frequency from where you start, and
Mhm.
you and it's like a board. It has all these locations, and you put your start here. This is your frequency, and then you push over here, and that's where you want to go. It has a different frequency. So what happens is that you change your frequency, and zip, you're over there. You reappear. You disappear here, and you reappear here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, and isn't that what you're calling jumping?
Yeah.
You know,
I
The
didn't
only
know
thing
what
that
it was.
sucks
That's
about
why I'm
that-
asking.
the only
Say
thing
what?
that sucks about that is it's like you lost all that time on the drive, but your gas
Yeah.
tank still runs out in your car.
Yeah,
Oh God.
and where the heck am I going? Like
going to
I'm
the
still
doctor.
driving. I'm still driving safe. Obviously, I'm still stopping at stoplights. Obviously,
You're not driving. I've literally have felt my truck.
Were you channeling?
I've literally
I
felt.
don't know.
I have literally felt my truck rise up off the ground.
That's
Really?
amazing.
Because like Linda explained it there, it's right because I brought that up earlier too. It's like when they explain the wormholes. You know, you get a sheet of paper and you put a point here and a point here, but then you fold it. You fold
Yeah.
time, and that's exactly what happens. So you can get so good at it that you can change your frequencies, your own. You learn how to do that. That's how I can open those places. And so when I'm in New Mexico, because I go there a lot, and sometimes yes, I say, God damn, I still got another 2-hour drive back. I just say to myself, that's okay. I'm just gonna jump, and before you know it, boom, I'm already like 20 minutes from Odessa.
Well, I gotta learn what the heck I'm
So
doing.
I can
because
do it.
I do it a lot.
I can do it now,
Well, sometimes you
When I
don't want
want
to
to.
analyze it too far.
right? And that's what's happening here. You thinking about it too much.
No, no, I'm not thinking about it, but it happens a lot.
But I mean, you're saying
And I'm
like, what
like,
happened?
whoa,
What
where I
happened? What
been?
happened? Just accept it and do it again.
Just laugh about it.
Yeah, just accept it and do it
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
I do,
Okay.
Yeah, I like that time thing.
Thanks for telling us.
but I didn't realize it until you guys were talking about what you were just talking about, and I'm like, wow, that happens to me.
Now we got to get Kimmy to do it.
This is
She goes, I'm gonna
I've had it
quantum.
happen before, like coming home from work, and you're like, I don't even remember driving home. What the hell?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't remember the drive. What the hell happened?
You know, I
Well, now
got
you know, so you don't have to ask about it.
Exactly.
that also helps with your communication, the whole time thing.
There's-
If like for
Say that
example, when I'm at the cemetery the first cemetery I went to that I got most of my videos done with.
At the
When I
beginning?
go when I go there,
Yeah.
I can see the church. Like
Before
I
you get
feel
there.
like I feel like I'm in their time when I'm talking to them.
You talking about at the beginning, Reg?
Yeah, my cemetery videos.
Yeah, yeah.
The church got moved in 1929,
Oh.
but they left the cemetery there.
Oh.
And when every time I go there,
I see what you're saying.
I can see the church.
Wow.
And I can see everybody visually, third eye or whatever you want to call it. I can feel them all there in human form as though
Yeah.
they're going to church or they're on that property
Yeah.
on Sunday. And so when I start talking to them, it's just bam, 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 bam. And I mean, I even know all their voices.
Uh-huh.
Like if I go out to the car and they say something to me, I'm like, "What's that, Albert? What'd you say?" I know their voices. Is how close I got to them all. And again, I put myself in like 1890.
So you see it as if it was still there and you're living it with them and
Yeah.
that type of
Like
thing.
it's fresh.
I
But
can
that's
do.
the same thing as the time thing Anthony's talking about.
Yeah.
You just mentally just automatically go back to where they were at that time.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
saying that that's what we do when we see ghosts? Maybe.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't, not exactly. Not exactly.
It's kind of
A ghost will pop out when they're like, "Hey, can't you see me? Come here, I want to talk to you." You know what I mean? It doesn't mean you're in their time period, but
No.
it's
they're
like
like-
it's like
Go ahead.
astral projection. It's just this is the higher level of astral projection because I do the same thing Reggie is talking about. You know, and like I was saying, I've gotten to the point now where, you know how you get these you know, like these pagers. Remember the pagers and stuff? You feel the vibration. You literally feel it
Mhm.
on you. My legs will start to do that. They actually start to vibrate, and I can feel it. It's like a buzzing. Zzz,
Like
zzz.
like you're getting ready to astral
Yeah.
project.
And that's a vibration. It's a frequency. That's what frequency is. It's a vibration. That my
Okay, you
body
know-
actually starts to vibrate physically.
Malik is hitting the nail right on the head on those last two comments. Yeah.
So it's just really just like I said, it's just being willingly to accept it and just go with the flow. It can be scary, but it's cool. I like to be scared. You notice that? I go in the forest with no flashlights. Come on.
Uh-huh.
Especially in this one in the
Right.
dark.
Man, that
Just using
background
your
keeps
third eye,
messing
huh?
with me.
With the smoke.
Yeah. I'm like sitting there going, "Is that Donna's room or where is that smoke coming from?"
Fire,
in the
fire.
background?
Fire.
That's why I keep
Fire.
leaning forward. And then earlier I shut the light off because I was trying to focus on the background to see if I was seeing it there or not.
Uh-huh.
Are
Hey,
you
I-
creating
Oh.
that
Well,
smoke?
we had the coolest thing
Anthony?
happen last night. I thought I'd share this because it's kind of neat because Christy experienced it too. I was sitting there, we were in the car going over to my sister's hotel to visit her last night. And I distinctly saw a shadow go across the highway in front of us.
There you go.
It looked like
Yeah, I
maybe
believe that, Malik.
an animal or something, a shadow figure went across the highway. And I'm like, "Oh my." And I looked over at Christy and I'm like, "You know what I just saw?" Or what I think I saw. And she's like, "I think so." I said, "What, did you see it too?" She said, "Yeah." And I said, "What did you see?" And she described exactly what I saw.
Huh.
So it's kind of a, what do you call it, verification?
Yeah.
Validation.
Yeah, validation. Yeah, it was really cool really
Well,
cool.
like when there's a different dimensions, like for instance, like tell you like how you see ghosts. Like before, I've never seen ghosts before ever. When I was a kid, yes, but I cut it all off. But then, like recently, I started seeing them like predator, like an energy. Like I would see the energy. Well, then
That's
now
what I
they've
see.
changed a little bit more, and now they kind of like got sand kind of to them, like in the Mummy where he turns into the sand, and they kind of have like a sandy texture to them.
They're getting
Wow.
more
So does
form. They're getting
yes.
more. They're like instead of
Oh.
predator, they're getting a more form shape with the
Oh.
sand.
So do people just see them differently, or does it matter where you're at? Like
You're heightening.
I think
Your
people
past,
see them
maybe?
differently because
or
the reason
anybody,
why I
whoever
say
wants
that,
to answer it.
what I think that people see them all differently to best suit their personal needs, because like I only see mainly
It's
light
the ghost that
energy.
actually presents that, what you're seeing. They're the one who's
Well-
presenting what you're seeing.
Well, the thing is I think it's all based on the abilities that you were issued to best suit your needs. Because like I see mainly energies rather than shape.
Is it like
Yeah.
sparkly stuff?
The thing is, no, it's just an energy. I don't know how to
I
explain.
mean, is it like
looks
this smoke that we're seeing on the screen?
sort of,
Oh,
sort of.
okay.
Mine's
But
not.
the thing is, I am constantly studying murder cases, cold cases, and all this. And so if I could fluently see ghosts, man, I'd always be seeing them. They'd be coming forward. And my spirit guides, the star family, knows this. So they're not going to make it so I can see everybody as vivid, or everyone as vividly as everyone else does. Because
That
I would
takes a
just
lot of energy.
I
So
would
for the
constantly
ghost-
be surrounded by apparition that I could see. If that was the case. So that's why I only see light energies for the most part. And
Well-
orbs energy.
When I first started, I used to see just like Kimmy. And she says, I used to call it jellyfish. I used to call it like a jellyfish, where she calls it, what do you say?
Yeah,
Like
they look like
predator.
predator to me.
Yeah. I used to see it the same way. Stop it, Diamond. I used to see the same thing as her. Then it would go into like a sandy inside of it. Cause then it used to kind of take a shape when it put the sand in it. Now I see spirit and the energy. So it's like both. And my dad said I'm like 95, supposed to be 95% of the way. And I only got a little ways to go. And he's ready to go. Like, they're ready to up me again. So, yeah.
Where'd Anthony go?
Because Kimmy sees, I have a house full of Native Americans all the time. And Kimmy sees them in the way she sees them all the time in my house.
Is that sandy color?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
But
it's,
the-
but
Always sees
sometimes
them.
it's predator, like with like the little sparkly stuff in it. Sometimes it's more like a sandy kind of texture to it.
Mm-hmm. And they're
It's just
always to the right.
different.
Huh.
They're always to the right of me all the time. So I would see them just like her. But it was as I was upgrading, it would change and change and change. So I don't know. I was told a long time ago, because me and Kimmy, we've been friends for a long time, like 5-6 years. And we could go like a month or more without talking before we, started with the podcast and all that kind of stuff. But we could go a while without talking, and all of a sudden I'll get a message. What's up, lady? Something going on. What's up, lady? And every time she hits me up, something's going on.
Wow.
So
She's
what I was
sensitive.
told exactly. What I was told was certain people share certain energies, and me and Kimmy share the same energy. Even though we're not at the same level, we still
You,
share the same energy because Kimmy's gifted too. She might not be all the time like me, but when that girl gets stuff, she's on it. And she'll get, I mean, she'll describe people, she'll get names. She's good.
you guys both work on the missing people.
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, I'm on a nationwide team. But the team I'm on this time, you have to go through an interview. It's a hard team. I know you must have heard about the team. It's not an easy team to get on. He says it right off the bat on the show.
Actually, it's just you that I've heard talk about it.
No, there's other people.
But I haven't heard anybody else talk about it. Unless you're on the team with Jennifer. What's her name? Lee? Jennifer Lee? She's on a team or was on a team.
Oh
See?
wow.
And she didn't talk like that. She didn't talk about it like the way you talk about it.
No, this team,
She's
you
one
have
of
to
my
go
queens.
through. There's girls you got to go through. You put in, and then
Look at that.
What the heck
did
was
that-
that?
all I did was hit my table. Look, all I'm doing
Anthony,
is
did you
hitting
do
my
that?
table. I hit my table, and that
Oh.
happened. I didn't even
Oh.
touch the screen.
Oh. Well, looks
Anyway, this team, I heard about it
That's
because I was
cool.
on other teams before,
cute. Oh.
and this
So
team
now that
is
I'm taking a
nationwide.
class in
It
remote
doesn't matter. Like, if it's nationwide, don't let that bother you because what you see is what you see, and you pass in your evidence. So don't ever let that bother you. But this team, he'll say he don't. It's a hard team to get on. You got to go through an interview. He checks your abilities, and he does a background check. And yeah, so
Pay close attention to the last two comments of Malik.
Which one? This one?
We are
That one.
God.
Goddess.
Yep. Do you guys understand that? We are all creators.
yeah.
We're all part of the creator. And there isn't any, when I talk about how souls are all created equal, there isn't any one soul in the universe any better than our soul.
That's right.
And we're all created equal.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you
We all
can get
came
yourself
from both
attuned
ends.
with the universe, you become one with that consciousness.
Yep.
And you're, I don't know what else to say there, but
Well, we're
Yeah.
all made of energy, and all the energy comes from one source. And so, therefore,
Yep.
we are.
Oh,
Once we learn all of the abilities that we need to use, we can do the same things virtually, And
did Malik say that the same time I was saying it?
I know a
That
lot.
last
I
one about
didn't even
creators.
use.
I'm telling you, we got to talk sometime.
he said it now
Mm-hmm.
at 12:21.
Talking this space that we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, see, this is the stuff. We are creators. This is what happens when we get to the other side and we don't ever come back. Well, when we get to the other side, what is it? Is it in the sixth dimension or the fifth dimension? We start to learn how to create things with our energy. I think that's one of the things, and we can do it now, but we call it intention, and it's the law of attraction.
Right. Things with energy.
Everything's made out of energy.
Like
And
manifesting
when you're living
abundance and stuff like that.
when you're living on the other side, you can create a barn, a house, anything, a swimming pool, a car. You could either build it or you could make it just appear, or you can actually go through the motions of creating all the walls, the nails, etc., or the gears if you're making a car,
That
can do
still
all
gets
that.
me. How somebody told her I did a spiritual healing and I threw the energy and it hit somebody else.
I think it's cute.
Shit. No, that's like a mess up saying, oh, you threw the energy and it bounced off and hit somebody else. Like,
Yeah, but don't think of it as hitting. It flowed. It flowed over
no,
there.
when I do my energy, I say who it's going to and it goes who it goes to. And I
Well,
tell everybody to
there's
shut
nobody
their
between
shades.
you and me except a bunch of ether and
Like, say right now I was going to do
50,000
a heal.
miles or something.
Say I was going to do a healing on you. And I make the energy. I make
Yeah,
it
I
with
know.
my hands. And then I say to everybody, shut their shades. And then I send it to you. And I used to send it another way, but since I was up, they showed me how to send it a different way. And then I just showed a different way. But I haven't got that far.
Asking Michael, Archangel Michael, to protect the energy to make sure it gets to its destination. Because there's a lot of people that I don't know exactly.
I do all what I'm supposed to do and have it all set before I do my healings. I've been doing healings for 6 years, so
Man,
I know what I'm doing.
Anthony?
Blame growling.
Are you
What'd you
moaning,
say?
Anthony?
No, I was looking at. I was
He's starting to sound like Greg.
What'd you say, Kim?
Yeah.
I was reading Malik. He's like, we're all superheroes that debate how powerful we are. We're all right.
No, she was saying how I get ready to do healings, and I get all my stuff ready before I do my healings. I don't just whip it out there. No, I would never do that.
Whip it out there.
I don't consider asking for help in sending it to prevent others from taking it as not being.
No, the hard thing though is if you have a spirit in your house, you got to be careful because they'll steal it.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Well,
the
stay there.
And there's no stopping that. And Greg had one.
Had one?
Greg has a female in his house. Stop it.
Man, that's awesome. One of my first experiences with Michael, the energy of Michael.
What is the blue light?
I had a blue.
What did he say? A blue light? What?
Blue energy.
Here.
Archangel Michael for
form
real with the blue light
to my left, and it looked like there was a flame inside it. There was somebody coming at me outside while I was on the balcony, and I could hear their footsteps through the wooded area. And this blue light, I could have touched him. Is how close he was. He lifted off the banister, lowered 2 stories down to the sidewalk, and went right up the hill towards the one that was coming towards me. And I could see him go through the wooded area. And that is one other past, how do I put this, life, I guess, but I was not embodied. This is where Malik was talking about the soul being the body. I feel wholeheartedly that I was one of Michael's warriors at one point in time when I was near Andromeda.
An angel?
Yeah, I was one of his fighters of the evil, darkness.
But not an angel.
I don't know if you call Michael an archangel and I'm one of his warriors.
Well, it could be a hired
I feel
hand.
like I was side by side with him. And so
Yeah.
that's part of the reason why you don't hardly ever see me participate so much in a prayer or in a protection type thing. Like I don't use anything for protection because I feel like I'm overwhelmingly protected.
You probably are.
And so
I've been told
I
that I'm
just-
very protected and I don't really exactly know who or how or what, but I accept it because I've known in my life that I have walked in some really gnarly places that I should not have come out alive in. And I'm going like, oh, I must be protected. You know? I got introduced to angels when I was a baby. And I have never let that go. And I know that if I had to fight somebody, I could, if I had to pull out the, what do they call that? Pull out the stops, I could do that. I don't want to have to ever do that. But to be a spiritual warrior, you have to judge everything that goes on in your life. You have to judge yourself, and you have to determine if there's some wrongdoing here. Did you do it? Did the other person do it? You really have to be open with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself, and you really have to do some growing sometimes. And I haven't had to do that in a long time, but it really makes you feel like, okay, I'm ready. Bring it on, And
Right.
when bringing it on came, I didn't have to do anything. It was,
You can ask Anthony that one. Like every other podcast, I might bring it.
okay.
That was funny. I should have took a picture of that. I love that, Linda, when you said bring it on. That was cute.
Oh, let me do it better. Bring it on. Bring it on. I told my dad one time, I said, Daddy, I have such powerful legs. I'm not afraid. And he goes, good. Just remember that.
Oh,
I
all
was
right,
really young.
That was funny.
we're hitting the 3 hours, man, and now I'm sleepy.
He's starting to sound like
Okay.
Greg.
Hey, I've been on for
Yeah.
3 hours.
There you go, Reg. There you
Greg's the
go.
one that
He
dragged me
wants to
into it.
pull us all on. Now he wants to run.
No, Greg is the one that pulled me on. He always bails on me. It's the second time. He did it last night too.
Oh.
So let's do it. And then he
He
gets
did.
on. Then he bails on me.
So I guess that makes us chop liver because Greg bailed, so now you want to bail.
3 hours, man.
We're not
That's
bailing.
enough for me.
Yeah.
Y'all can stay on if y'all
It's
want.
time to go to bed.
Yeah, y'all can stay on if y'all want.
This has been awesome.
Yeah,
Greg is a
No doubt.
sneaker.
yeah. He is, man. He got me on last night. He goes, "Okay, and then tonight, let's do a podcast." I said, man. Then I said, he bailed on me again.
And I got one prime witness in here, Linda. Okay, he'll do that at midnight, 1 o'clock, whatever, about getting a podcast going. But you can't get him hardly past 8:05 on the Monday night meeting.
That's
It
correct.
makes no sense.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But let's see. But yeah, so
I
y'all
still
can.
want to ask
Funny,
Angela.
right?
Maybe you guys know this. Maybe that because we were talking about being the same frequency as the portal, and the portal would open, but you thought that the portal was kind of. She said that portals that are open from the other side to allow spirits to come home, they don't stay open very long, and so she sometimes has to like say enticing things to get them to move along really fast. And then after they've crossed over, the portals will close. But having heard that having a portal open allows the conversation between an embodied spirit and a disembodied spirit to communicate much easier.
You hit something right on the head there when you said that.
Yeah.
I was actually in New Orleans, and it's part of the intro that I made, the little teaser, Anthony.
Mm.
I am a portal.
Oh my God, Malik. Wow. Well, that means it has to be a woman there, huh?
You hear me, Linda?
Say it again.
I am considered a portal to the universe. I am a portal, and
Is that the bridge thing?
That's why they talk to me so easily.
Is that the bridge thing? Or no, but my feeling is that you are able to maintain a high frequency. That this is where your higher self starts. That's the rest of your soul, and then the rest is the body. The body is down here. You have a portion of your soul in the body, but the rest of your soul is like here. And they say always aim to communicate when you're at your higher self. So I have the feeling that you're able to maintain that frequency quite well.
That's what Greg was saying when I sent that. He asked me because Kimmy did experiment. Her and another girl did an experiment on me about frequency. When I sent,
we talk, the more Anthony's rubbing his eyes.
When I sent the
I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna
He's
do
like,
this.
Like-
oh, not
5
they
minutes.
did an
5
experiment.
minutes.
Just
I'm
real
gonna do
quick.
this. Hey
When I
guys,
sent
I'm going to bed.
Just real quick. When I sent the energy, Kimmy and another girl did an experiment. I was gonna say this a while back. And it was frequency. And I never even thought of that. And Greg asked me, is that frequency? And Kimmy said when she did it, the outside, now the inside of my hands get warm and tingly when I send the energy. Kimmy did it on a thermal, and the outside of my hands were warm, and a blue box in my throat. There was a blue box.
What does that represent?
When I send the good energy,
That's your chakra, right?
well, when I send the good energy to the person to heal, I release the bad energy out.
Oh, okay.
I got, somehow I did it myself, and I released the bad energy out. Plus,
Okay.
on top of it, I do cleanse myself after every healing.
Okay.
But
That's so cool.
I had no idea it was all about frequency. And not only Kimmy did it, but another girl did it, and she said the same thing. The blue in the hands,
Mhm.
and then that blue in my throat.
Okay.
I had
So-
no idea all this shit was all about frequencies.
There's a list of frequency for every color. It's on YouTube, and I've been writing down all of those pieces of information.
Yeah.
So I can send them to you if you want.
Yeah, it was blue. They said it was blue.
The color, yeah, every color has a frequency value.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready to hit the hay and say I love you to every single
Alright.
person here and everybody who's watching
I love
Including
you all with all my
Malik.
heart.
and everybody else who's still up.
Much love.
Much love.
Yeah, let me see that. Okay. Yeah. So
Jake.
thank you everyone for-
Okay, thanks
Oh my
Anthony
God.
for asking me. I really
Oh yeah, it was
actually
awesome.
had a good time.
We actually
Thanks for having
continued.
us on.
We actually continued our conversation from earlier,
Yeah, we did.
so that was good. That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
So thanks Malik for coming in, and
Yeah.
I'll be hitting you up, man, when I head back down there. And
You got bacon over there, Malik.
definitely
Gotta
go
put
in.
the bacon in.
Right.
yeah,
Looks like little candies and Oreos and something.
Yeah.
yeah.
Alrighty.
So with that being said,
Bacon love, everybody.
yeah, thank you everyone for coming in, and we'll see you next time. So just remember to, if you're not following Race World, be sure to follow it. That way you can watch the podcast because it's just going to be on this one. So with that being said, peace out.